listening to the Decision Reel special episode of
How have you not seen this?
Welcome to the Decision Reel, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. This week is a special episode of How Have You Not Seen This, Randy? It should be just Randy's show at this point, because how has he not seen any of this? But before we get too deep into it, we do have special guests with us. This week we have Trav and Jess from How... Well, just go with it with your podcast. Do your thing. Give us the spiel.
Our podcast is What's Your Least Favorite Scary Movie? We talk about good, bad, ugly, and absurd in all our favorite and least favorite scary movies. It kind of started because we're both horror fans, but we like very different types of horror subgenres. So we kind of go through and figure out why different movies might appeal to different people.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Makes sense. You guys have definitely been here a couple times before, and I've been on your podcast a couple times as well. Thanks for coming back, as always. I'm kind of looking forward to this episode.
What's your least favorite scary movie?
Well, hold on. All right. What? Me?
What? Yeah, you.
What is my least
You were on there-
favorite scary
you were
movie?
on the
Well, I
podcast.
mean, so when...
Well, what did you do?
So the first movie we did, you guys picked, and it was that Thanksgiving movie. What was that?
Blood Rage.
Blood Rage, that's right. That movie is wild.
I've never seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what
can understand.
the right way to tell someone to watch that movie would be who's not really huge into like horror movies that are offbeat and silly.
Like Krampus? Or Black? No, was it Krampus?
Krampus.
It's think like super low budget.
Yeah.
But a good time. Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like that's when either you have to do that, like you have to do a deep dive into that, or just like kind of go in cold, or you have to warm yourself up to it.
It's definitely one of those where like you either know what you're about to watch, or you have no idea whatsoever, and you're one of those people who like to go along for a ride regardless of how bad it may seem.
Exactly. Especially if you like bad movies.
And if you hate cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
The cranberry sauce. No, and then I came back on and we did Tusk, and I picked that because...
But that's such a fucking weird movie.
Well, that's the point of it, and if you want to listen to my thoughts and Trav and Jess's thoughts on that as well, definitely go check out that episode because we deep dive that motherfucker pretty hard.
That was a great one. Yeah, that's a weird movie. We were actually just talking before this that they're apparently doing a sequel.
I'm
Hell yeah.
I don't want any part of it.
I know. I felt so sad after watching it again. Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
He's just screaming
They
as a
just
walrus
needed
into
Mercy
the
kill
screen.
Justin Long.
Sorry, spoilers, Randy. They turn him into a walrus.
No, I've
needed
seen
Mercy.
that.
Oh, you've seen
I've
it.
seen that
So
one.
you haven't seen Jaws, but you've seen
Tusk. Yeah.
Hello?
I don't know, man.
What is wrong with you?
Thank you,
I had a
Froze.
lot of...
I think so too.
when I was in high school, my friends were really into the weird horror movies.
Okay,
So like ABCs of Death,
that's
Tusk,
weird.
Human
but,
Centipede.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the second Human Centipede? Was
Yeah.
it Sequence 2 or something?
Yes, I did.
I will say this. I actually enjoy the first Human Centipede as a movie. It's not a bad movie, but
No.
everybody's just like, oh my God, they're sewing faces to assholes. Like, what else can you do? They're trying to change the genre up or change something that you haven't seen before, and
Well, I
they
mean,
did it.
They changed it.
Also, it's horrifying. I mean, that's part of what body horror is. You're gonna be massively uncomfortable.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, that's exactly the point of it too. Like like what I just said is, how can you do something different that someone hasn't done before? Yeah, we're just gonna strap a face to an asshole and call it a day.
I mean, some people do that for fun.
Right. So make a movie about it for the other side of it, I guess. Maybe that's what happened. They were like in the act and was like, wait a second.
Just one more question before
Yeah.
we get to Jaws.
Okay.
Would you rather be in the front or the back? Or in the middle?
Okay.
Where would you want to be in the line of the
in
human
the line of the
centipede?
human centipede?
Yeah.
Well, if it was South Park, you definitely want to be in the beginning, obviously, because you're just shitting into.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, hold on. There's only one answer to that. You want to be on the front of it.
You had-
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, if shit's your thing, then that's like
Yeah.
the perfect scenario for you, though. You know, some people are super into that.
You're right.
Yeah, man.
And I guess it would depend on too who's the person in front.
Exactly.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I'm the guy in the front. I
I think there's only one correct answer to that.
There
so.
really is only one correct answer. What a segue to what we're here to actually talk about, which is Jaws. This movie, it's hard to kind of like talk about where you're like, you haven't seen it, haven't you seen Jaws? But it's such an old movie at this point, and it's talked about so much as being, the staple of horror and what kind of got the summer blockbuster going and all this stuff. But when you watch it in today's eyes, like Randy's probably going to get into here, is it a good movie?
Are you asking me now? Can I go?
Go for it.
No, I don't think so, honestly.
Okay.
What?
What? Go for it. Say it. Say your
So,
thoughts.
like, just watching it, the movie was 2 hours long.
Mhm.
There was a lot in this film that I feel like just you didn't need it. It could have been like a short film. It could have been a 30-minute fucking episode.
But so the movie's trying to breathe and it's trying to create that atmosphere and it's trying to give you that sense of like, oh, what's gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? And you know what I mean. So you have to sit and kind of be with it. You know what I mean? Like I think you're just used to like Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy, where every 5 minutes there's something crazy going on and you're waiting for that. This is not
the scene where everybody was pulling up for 4th of July. Didn't really need it. I didn't need to be as long as it was. It was like a whole 5 minutes.
There's two parts to Jaws, though, because you've got man versus shark. Obviously, that's a big part of it, but you also have man versus man because the mayor sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so exploring that whole social aspect before they go to sea and have their throwdown with the beast, I think, is really important.
It's almost like it's two different movies. Like, it kind of feels like you go to a different one whenever they get on the boat.
Yeah.
To me, at least.
Yeah, I see that too.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is you have, just like as you put it, there's two themes here. It's literally man versus man and man versus beast, shark, whatever you want to call it, monster, right? And what we were kind of talking about earlier is like the shark isn't really a monster or that like Jason Voorhees or whatever evil guy. It's just an animal
doing his thing. He's hungry.
Yeah,
Right.
I kind of felt bad when he got shot through the mouth at the end. I was like, he's just doing shark things.
Right.
This is kind of fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm hungry. I'm looking for food, and I found a great spot for food that I'm just going to keep coming back to because people just want to keep getting in the water.
Well, I mean, I guess it is, like you were saying, the mayor's an asshole. He's stupid, and it could have all been avoided. The shark could have just gone about his day, left, if nobody had just went to the water, just closed the beach.
That mayor really watched that mom slap Brody and didn't say anything.
Yep.
He just went, yeah, he deserves it. Yeah, fuck
dick.
you, Mayor, Chief Brody. You fucked up.
Yeah.
Not me.
Nope.
Squeaky clean. You like my suit with all the...
And it had to be like 90-something degrees outside, too.
Oh, yeah, and he's just owning that suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? He's got to look good. You're the man.
You know, he like probably oversprays like Old Spice cologne or something too, so he just smells like BO and Old Spice.
That's the perfect picture for
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know it's true. It has to be. What Jaws is about. When a killer shark unleashes chaos on a beach community off of Cape Cod, it's up to the local sheriff, a marine biologist, and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down.
Where's Cape Cod?
I don't get a map.
Isn't this like New Jersey? New
It's
York?
near New York.
Yeah.
Well, so they filmed it off of Martha's Vineyard, which I'm assuming is in the same location. I don't know. I don't know American geography.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
It's Cape Cod, not where you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm more worried about what I'm talking about over here.
Right. Sorry.
It's okay. I got it. My answer's done. Massachusetts.
I'm glad you came to that conclusion very quickly by yourself. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I mean, like a lot of people talk about how like the location for this movie is a big point of the movie as well, and how the way Steven Spielberg films it, you don't see land in a lot of shots, so it's making you feel like they are stranded and they can't get away from the shark. In the end of or towards the end of the movie or whatnot, and I like it, but I don't think Amityville or Amity Island or whatever it's called, I don't think it adds a character like a lot of people say that it does to this movie. I feel like it's just another place.
They say that Amity gives it like a character.
I've heard a lot of people talk when they're talking about this movie that the island or the town that they're in is almost like its own character in the movie. And I just don't... I can see what they're saying, but I don't agree with it.
9 times out of 10, when somebody says that the location is like another character to a movie, I assume that they are kind of talking out of their ass.
Unless
Yeah,
it's the
I know
Amityville
sometimes
Horror,
it's
right?
true, but when people casually say something like that, I'm like, I don't know about you, buddy.
I never watch a movie and think that's definitely a character. Like this shot right here, that
Yeah.
mountain right there.
Yep.
Unless it's about a movie where a mountain literally kills people because it's alive.
Now that I want to see.
I mean, all right, we got the idea. Let's start writing it. A mountain somehow becomes alive and murders people.
So was Jaws like the shark? Was it supposed to be an abnormally large shark? Was it bigger than it was supposed to be, or is that like a normal?
I mean, that's a great white.
Okay.
It's not like an okay white.
See, I was always under the impression that it was like an abnormal, like
It's
just
not
a giant.
a normal shark for those waters.
Okay, that makes more sense. I
I was always again with you that it was supposed to be a giant goddamn shark compared to what they have in the waters, but just in general a great white shark. Like even Hopper, when he comes in there and he's the marine biologist and he's kind of saying like, this is a big fucking shark. Like
yeah.
maybe we shouldn't be out on this old rickety fucking boat trying to. It's weird. Like, are they trying to catch it or kill it? I mean, I know the main guy is trying to kill it.
Brody.
No, well, Quint. He's trying to kill it. But I feel like through the whole thing, Hopper, whatever you want to say, in my brain, Stranger Things, right? He's just not. I feel like he's not trying to kill it. He's trying to study it and like capture it almost.
Let's see what's going on. Yeah.
But how would you even capture that thing? It's the size of the boat.
What he was. Didn't he brought something on the boat for him to get into the shark? Was it going to kill it or was it going to knock it out?
When he like,
I think
hits
it
it
was
with the thing. I thought that
gonna
was a
paralyze
tracer.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a paralyzer.
It's something like that. I mean, I think he was more on point with the tranquilizer.
So then he would have knocked him out and then taken him in and did what he had to do,
I guess.
like research wise.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't
How-
think
how-
you
what are you
can
gonna-
contain that
Pick it
shark
up?
though. Like it ate through a metal bar.
Yeah.
Like what are they gonna do? Like it like wrecks a whole ship. Like it's gonna bust out of whatever you put it in. It'll probably die. Like go onto land if you keep it in like a giant like fish jar. I don't know.
A fish tank.
A giant fish jar. I like it. We're gonna put this
That's what they're called.
35-foot great white into a fish jar.
He'd fuck up an aquarium. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're not gonna keep him in it.
No, he would not be good at SeaWorld.
Yeah, it's one shark you're not swimming with.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, SeaWorld might kind of deserve it, though.
You know what? You're right. But not. Yeah, no, you're right. Put him in SeaWorld for him to eat everybody? I don't. Does he grow legs and walks around and then eats people? Is
that what Jaws 3 is about?
Maybe. Close. I
That's
guess.
what
probably would be
Piranha
better.
3 Double D's about.
Oh yeah, it is.
Wait.
Double D.
No, so there's Piranha 3D, right? Or there's Piranha,
Mm-hmm.
then there's Piranha 3D. There was a Piranha 3 Double D?
Yup.
Yeah, it's on Tubi, and it's about a water park.
No, that's the second one.
Yeah,
That's Double
Okay.
D.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Piranha 3D is a remake of Piranha, but also not. It's like a reimagining.
I didn't realize too. I know that they have RichardDreyfuss in that, but I didn't realize in Piranha 3D he's actually playing Hooper at the beginning. He's credited as Hooper.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he
I
gets,
had no idea that was. I just thought he was like a cameo. Like they're like, oh hey, this is fun. This is the guy from Jaws.
No, he was playing his same character and then got murdered by
Wow.
piranhas instead of a giant shark. I mean, I guess it works. I don't know. I kind of like those movies because they know they're campy and shitty.
Oh,
Exactly.
The second one for sure. I mean, the
Josh
whole water park
Stolberg
thing,
is
yeah.
the fucking man with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love him.
I don't, it's weird to me because like I feel like I like the second movie a little bit better because it did lean more into being comedy. Like when Ving Rhames stands up and he gets into the pool, but now he's got metal legs and all the piranhas are trying to eat his legs, and he's just like, "Not now, motherfucker!" And he starts shooting him with a shotgun.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Oh my god,
I
I love
like
that.
the dude getting the piranha on his dick
Oh yeah, because it was in her
During-
vagina, right?
when they're
What?
She's got the
I need to watch
vagina
this fucking
fish.
movie.
All right, so
Yes.
So
That's
let's just
absurd.
paint the picture for you. She goes swimming in this lake, and I guess it's a smaller piranha, right? That swims up into
Little
her
baby.
vagina.
You would feel that.
Well, so she's a virgin and she didn't know or whatever. It plays it very well. I will say the movie plays it very well. And she's feeling a little sick and whatnot. And her boyfriend like forces her to have sex for the first time.
So it's like teeth.
And kind
No,
of.
I think
right.
it's the other way around. She forces him because she's like, I don't want to die a virgin, and she's
you're right,
feeling
you're
sick
right.
because it's up in her.
You're right. And so yeah. I mean, he's like, all right, fuck it, yeah, why not? I'm sticking this and whatever.
Fuck
And then
yeah,
and then
let's
he's
go.
just kind of like, wait a second, this feels a little. And then it chomps
Yeah.
down on him, and yeah.
But honestly, though, if he had stopped when she said stop, he might still have his dick.
But that's the life lesson that he learned.
Just
Yeah.
like teeth.
She had like absolutely no idea what sex was because she wakes up after that and like the whole room is full of blood, and I think she thought that was normal.
I mean,
You
have
never
you
know.
been to an American sex education?
That's a
course.
fair point, actually.
Very fair point. Randy's like, I know, you're right. Well, and let's break it down even further. She could have been, not in the right frame of mind at there because she was a little sick, or there was,
She had a
a
fucking
foreign
fish in her.
She had a foreign object inside of her causing
How did it live?
who knows the pH balance. I guess I don't know. In the
All right.
maybe the
What? What's next about Jaws? Let's get off this fucking
we're talking
movie.
about fishes. It's fine. It's all related.
That's such a
Where
weird thing.
to watch Jaws currently? If you want to, this weekend only, which is very weird, you can go see Jaws in theaters and in IMAX for the first time.
Well, technically, if
Well, not when you're listening
last
to
weekend.
this. Yeah.
So if you want to go back to last
Right.
weekend.
Yeah, if you
and
want to go back in
listen.
time. At the recording of this episode, Jaws is in theaters for the weekend we're doing this, which would be Labor Day weekend.
And it's like $3 movie tickets too. All
I
day
saw
today.
that. Yeah. What are we doing? We should have
I'm
been
not
recording.
watching that movie.
No, I didn't say that
Again,
We're
movie.
just talking
Any
about
movie.
Oh yeah,
What's in theaters right now? Nothing. Really.
nothing. Yeah,
You're right. Maybe that's why they did the $3.
probably. We got to put fucking something in the theaters right now.
Yeah, God damn it. Anyways, if you don't want to go to theaters and watch it, you can watch it with a subscription to Fubo TV, and Philo TV. To rent it, though, YouTube, Vudu, Google Play, Apple TV, and Amazon.
Yep.
It was like
I don't
$4.
Something like that. I download all my movies for legal purposes. Easy.
I'm just gonna start coming over here and watching them.
Probably should, yeah. What's the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song? What's that? How's that go?
I don't know. I've seen that once.
That's what I
about
do,
right.
yeah. Story by Peter Benchley, which is based on the book Jaws by Peter Benchley. The screenplay was written by Peter Benchley and Carl, fuck this name, Gottlieb?
Yeah.
Gottlib. Gottlieb.
Golly.
Gottlieb.
Gottlieb,
The precursor to Got Milk. Gottlieb.
apparently.
Gottlieb.
Gottlieb. What a guy. Gottlieb. What would the Lieb be?
Lib.
Lib? I don't know. Whatever.
Gottlieb.
This was-
Gottlieb. That sounds more
Gottlieb.
Gottlieb.
Maybe that's
That sounds a lot
Maybe
better.
we should call him and ask. I don't know.
Probably could.
He's
Obviously, he's
probably-
not
yeah,
doing much.
He'll pick up.
Because he could be dead. We don't know.
Yeah, probably.
This is directed by Steven Spielberg. If you don't know who he is at this point, I don't think we need to talk about any other movies he has directed unless Randy goes, who's Steven Spielberg?
I know who Steven Spielberg is. Thank you very much.
Name one other movie he's directed.
I couldn't tell you,
Come on.
but I know if I watched it. Steven Spielberg. Nope. That's it.
That's it, huh?
Seriously?
You got another one.
Yep.
E.T.
They got some. E.T. Close Encounters of the Third. No, that wasn't. Yeah, that was him, right? Close Encounters?
Yeah, I think so.
haven't
Jurassic
seen that.
Park.
Jurassic Park 1,
No,
2.
he did dress. I don't know. I know. If you show me a movie, I probably still couldn't get it. I know the dude's a director.
The dude is a director. You're right. He's fairly successful.
That's all I got.
Director
That's a
as
massive blow
well.
to his ego right there. Like, he's gonna see this and be like,
Right.
"Fuck, man, this is
Listen
all
to this
people think of me."
podcast,
That's all right.
and they said like, yeah, dude's a director. I guess I don't know. Like, fuck, I'm hunting these people down.
Yeah. Come find me.
This Randy
Steven.
guy. It's not, yeah, whatever. This is starring Roy Schneider as Brody, Robert Shaw as Quint, Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper, Lorraine Gary as Ellen Brody, and Murray Hamilton as Vaughn, who is the mayor. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Guy sucks.
Yeah.
It's perfectly sleazy.
And that's the thing too. He played a very good sleazy mayor guy. Like the
Yeah.
hair slicked back, everything. Like you were in it when you were like, this guy.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy.
Every time he was on screen, I was like, fuck this guy. And that's how you know he did a good job at the
Exactly.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that thing too. Like me and my wife watch a lot of movies, and she's like, "Man, I don't fucking like this person." I'm like, "They're doing their job then." Like, if you
Yeah.
really can't stand this character, is it the actor that you don't like, or is it the portrayal that they're doing of the character? And she's always, "Well, I don't like the character." Then boom, that person's putting in work.
Does that lead her to not like the actor?
Depending on
Yeah.
what we're watching, yeah. I guess that's I don't know. I don't associate that.
I do. At least from The Office. Mindy Killing, whatever her name is.
Oh, dude, you don't
I
like?
fucking hate her.
Aw,
Huh?
I love her character. I'm trying to think of anybody that I don't like as a result of their character. I can't think of anybody.
It's hard, right? Because you're in the moment, and then you see somebody, you're like, "Man, fuck this guy,"
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and then you see him show up somewhere else, you're like, "All right,
oh, I kind of like him.
right."
Yeah.
Happens to me a lot.
It doesn't happen to me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm kind of like your wife. If I see like a character I don't like, I'm not gonna like that actor or actress.
Well, that's too bad for you, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
I
This
mean,
is
the
rated-
reverse is true for me. I can't see fucking Tom Cruise in anything. Fuck that guy. And as a result, I hate every character he is.
You know what? I definitely agree with that because
Why? There's nothing
Tom-
wrong with him.
Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise in movies. I don't want to see.
She said
Tom-
she doesn't like Tom Cruise as a person, though.
Well, I don't either.
He is a high-ranking member in the Church of Scientology.
Yeah, and if that's
So
He-
Will Smith was in there at some point too, but still love Will
Well,
And look what happened to him.
exactly
Smith. He done
How
one
the-
slap.
how the mighty have fallen.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
they
no,
teach
I-
over there.
I just Tom Cruise, like I said, beyond I would say Days of Thunder and maybe Collateral. Tom Cruise is playing the same character in every movie.
I haven't even seen
And
those.
I don't. You've never seen Days of Thunder.
No,
I bet you guys haven't seen Days of Thunder either, though.
this Travis hasn't.
he's got a weird cameo in Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
great.
And he's good in that because what is he doing? He's not playing Tom Cruise. So
And he doesn't even look
everything-
like himself, so.
No, they give him like a fat suit and fat hands and all this shit and Les Grossman. Like, yeah, it's funny. That's one of my favorite comedy movies of all time.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I love it.
Is like a must see?
Yes.
Hold the fucking phone. You haven't seen Tropic Thunder.
No, I've seen that.
Oh.
I thought you were still talking about the other.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Oh God, I was about to say, get out of my house. Dude.
I've seen
Like,
Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many times?
like once.
Okay. All right. Well, that's more than none, so that's good.
Goddamn right.
Jaws is rated PG. I think this is going back to what we've talked about before, which is that before the Motion Picture of America Association came together to start rating movies, it kind of is like PG.
There was a titty in the beginning. There's
But-
two titties
but-
actually.
but do
I
you
was
see
going to say
them-
there's multiple
Sorry.
titties, actually.
there's dose titties, but do you
Tatas.
really see them clearly? No, right? So it's like in darkness and then underwater and whatnot. So the guy, they're just like, PG, it's fine.
So you see an outline of a tit and it's fine. You can leave it PG.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see like
boring.
oh shit. You see like
You see Ellen Brody's titties, too, in her swimsuit.
Well,
And
I
that
mean,
old
She,
man
she knows
swimsuit,
she's
but-
hot. She,
That,
she's feeling it.
dude, that old man on the beach too that comes to talk to
Oh my God.
to Brody, like man, he had the actual boobs. Like it was weird. Like I was like, oh no, I don't need to see that.
The way he's like talking to him too, he's like in his face, like kneeling in his face, like, "Hey man, you know we got to do
Well,
that." Like, and you
yeah.
know, Brody looking over his
Get the fuck
shoulder,
out the
like,
way.
it's
You have
just
to block.
awkward.
You gotta block the view of the boobs. Like you have to like get your face in his face. That way he can't look lower.
I can't look,
Yeah.
I can't see them. They don't. they're
Yeah,
not-
exactly.
Yeah, man boobs.
Yeah, he walked
So-
up and they're like jiggling and shit. Oh my God.
So that
So
could have given us
hot.
the PG-13 right there.
Yeah,
But-
easily.
But maybe they just skipped over that part and they're like, I don't see any titty here. It's fine.
They fast forwarded like I did.
Yeah, God damn it. This guy fast forwarded through like the
I watched like 10 minutes, fast forward to 15, watch another 10.
How the
Fast
fuck do you
forward
do
another
that?
15.
I don't get it either. And then you sit here and say, "Oh, it wasn't good." You missed the whole movie.
I was tired. It wasn't a bad movie, but it still wasn't good. Does that make sense?
No.
Oh,
I mean, like, I understand the concept, but I just feel like you're not qualified to make that if you
Look at
only
that.
watched half the movie.
Yeah, because the part that he told me he skipped over was like Quint's speech in the boat, right, where they're all finally drinking together and like having fun, and all of a sudden,
That's
you know,
such
I
a
love
great
that.
scene, though.
it's almost
That
the
is
best scene of the
so-
movie.
Yeah.
And this
That's
dude-
what
this,
is-
this fucker just went.
you're gonna
"Ah,
say
fast
that's
forward."
almost the best scene of the movie?
You didn't watch
It wasn't
so
even
how do you
about
know?
Jaw. It wasn't even about a shark
It's about
at that
It
point.
was,
Basically,
though.
It
I didn't
attacks
know.
during
I
that
didn't watch the
scene.
scene, so I wouldn't really know.
exactly. He's talking about the scene where the boat goes down and
Yeah.
all the soldiers are in the water and all these sharks eat them. Like, literally, that's
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, you get his character's entire motivation right there.
right.
He was a fisherman. That was his motivation.
Well, do you know why he became a fisherman?
What? Now I do.
The movie goes up by a point. I don't know. God damn it, Randy. You're making me look bad over
It
here.
was like 11:30. I was tired.
We should have watched it earlier.
I know.
Yeah,
Should have watched it the day before.
probably. It's all good. You only had a couple weeks to watch it.
I know.
Whatever. We're doing a lot over here. We're making a new podcast, actual studio in my basement. So we're
Nice.
putting in work. Exactly, yes. We're not sitting on these couches anymore that look like they're from 93.
These are from.
I like the vibe of that though.
I like it too,
That's what
but
I said.
it's a little tacky to
It's
me.
because when you sit down and watch a movie,
Well, that's
you're on a
what's
couch.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not promoting it like we're sitting down and watching. I don't know, man. I want to let me do me.
Okay. I mean, obviously, I'm here to help.
I know, I'm joking. No, just looking for change. I mean, we've been doing this for a while now. We're already up to like episode 85 on our regular main podcast, The Decision Reel. This is the second episode of How Have You Not Seen
Yep.
This? The first episode we did was Star Wars. Randy had not seen Star Wars. The
Hey,
first
He
I-
only recently saw it because
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
mom wouldn't let him come to see the new Star Wars movies with us if he hadn't seen the first one.
I don't really blame her. I mean,
I haven't finished the original trilogy though, so
I'm still on Return of the Jedi. I'm like halfway through it, and I just can't. I can't.
it's
I'm
not
sorry,
good, do
I
you?
can't. I can't. No. I think I feel like I'm lost in it now.
my thing with Star Wars is I feel like the design of everything carried it so much. Like everything looks amazing, but I feel like it like the story and everything is kind of overhyped.
I definitely agree with you. Now, where did you start though? Did you watch A New Hope in like the original trilogy, or did you start
Yes.
with
Yeah.
episode 1? Okay, I mean that's the
To
way
be
to do
fair,
it.
my first Star Wars movie was
Fan
episode
of
1.
yours.
I watched it when I was a kid in theaters, but I didn't know what the fuck was happening. So
I don't
This
even
is-
think George Lucas knew what was happening when he was
Yeah.
making that movie. So let's be real there.
That's the one I probably watched, right? Yeah. That
So
was my first one too.
fun story. When part 3 came out, my parents and my older sister went to see it in theater. 'Cause me and my younger sister were in a different state at the time. Visitation, blended family, all that. And when Vader wakes up, or when Anakin wakes up and he's Vader, and he learns about her death, and he goes, "No!" This was opening weekend, right? And my sister busted out laughing at
isn't
that.
it more like he's a little bit more enthusiastic with it? It's like no,
because he's got the fucking mask on and he's all James Earl Jones at that point. And he's like, no. And my sister couldn't help it and she bust out laughing. And my parents got her the fuck out of the theater. They're like, you were about to have an angry mob of nerds swarm you if you're not careful.
Which
Deserves-
movie was that in?
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah, you haven't got there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so to me, I like the original Star Wars, but I think Return of the Jedi is one of my favorite movies, and then it goes to
We froze again.
Yeah, just,
probably episode 3, which is pretty good. I like episode 3.
Which one was fucking Princess Leia with Jabba the Hutt,
Return of the Jedi, where he
where he was
gets
Jedi.
choked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the runtime on this guy is 124 minutes.
Yeah. I think it could have been cut down a little bit.
A little bit. I mean,
Trim
it's
the
definitely-
fat.
It's definitely long. Not as long as I thought it was. I mean, it could have been a little shorter.
Yeah.
See?
It,
Okay. Yeah. You-
Come back at a good time.
I was gonna say, yeah. Tell us why you think it should be shorter.
I mean, I don't think that, I think it works for how it is, but I think that there are scenes, if you wanted to like condense it a little bit, I mean, you do have a lot of stuff to work with. I don't know, like there is a lot of build up. There's like a lot of scenes of like the people of the citizens in the town trying to get Brody to do all kinds of other shit for him, which really ultimately aren't that important. Although
I feel like that was true to life, though.
that is true to life. I feel like, but like an argument to keep it in, like I feel like it is a thing that I feel like they do that to try and kind of like wear you down along with him, because he is overwhelmed with people speaking at him so many times in this movie. There are a lot of scenes of like you have 5 people talking all at once, and they don't like let people speak one at a time, which you don't really see that a lot with movies. Like usually like people wait their turn to talk, and then you know, they just, that's how they go. But this one right here, like it barrages you with a lot, and it kind of, I definitely feel like it was intentional. So I don't know. I mean,
I feel like we could have cut out all the shit with his kids.
probably that.
He's got the one that he loves more, and then he's got the one with the boat.
Yeah.
He's in the boat. He's fine. I don't want him on the water. Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. Like, I get they're trying to humanize him a little bit by showing his kids and all this stuff, but at the same time, like, you don't fucking need to be there. We're just here for the shark. Show me the shark.
Well, the thing is, we didn't see enough of his kids to really feel that. You know what I mean? So if you're only gonna like half-ass that storyline, just take it out.
Do it with his wife.
Yeah.
You know, because she's more of like a character in this movie than the kids
Yeah.
are.
Yeah,
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
I think one of the only things with the kid is the one sitting in the pond, and they were freaking out that he was in the pond. Dude was in the sand. Like, what are you freaking out for?
And
How's the shark gonna get there?
Homie was not the only one in the water when the shark attacked, but he had to be all dramatic and go into shock and have to be taken to the hospital. Like, calm
He's
down,
dead.
Michael.
No, he's just in shock.
Right.
Like, what? Jesus, man.
Well, maybe they're trying again to say something like that his dad has fucking made him so scared of a shark that when there's a shark attack, he just done.
Well, I mean, it makes sense for him to be in shock. I'm just saying he was kind of a drama queen since the rest of the kids were all like, well, that was weird.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
he's kind of a little bitch.
Little bitch. All right, budget time. We're gonna guess what we think the budget on Jaws in 1975 would have been.
What other movies had Spielberg done before this
I
point?
looked this up. He didn't really do a lot. He did a lot of TV movies.
Okay. I'm just trying to
So
figure out
this
how
would have
big
been
he
his-
was at this point.
Yeah, this would have been his first real big budget type movie. I'm not saying I gave anything away by saying big budget, but I'm gonna say it could be big, it could be small. It is
I think it's gotta be.
1975, so we're gonna go to Randy first and ask him, and then we're gonna come around to you guys. So, what does Randy think the budget of this is in 1975? Jaws,
The budget.
Jaws. Even bigger Jaws.
56.
$56
think it was
million
a lot.
in 1975.
No.
I'm just asking.
No, I was going a lot less than that. No, what am I talking about?
I don't know. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know anymore. Fuck me, man.
Money spends differently in 1975.
I know.
So that's all I'll say.
No, you're right. Yep.
So you're sticking with 56.
Yeah.
Okay. Trav, Jess, you guys, whatever you want. What do you think?
I'm gonna say 25.
I'm falling somewhere between 15 and 20.
Okay. Because I mean, they obviously put a lot of work into it. Like they went fully practical with the shark, and they had 3 different machines of it
3,
built.
yeah.
So they had to pump some money into that. I feel like there's a lot that went into making this, especially with it being
Hopefully some good insurance.
Yeah.
Since some girl got her
back rope or something.
she got her shit fucked up.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah, that's
Homegirl got her shit fucked up. You didn't hear that?
No, I heard
No,
that.
what I can't remember which actress was it that got.
That was the girl in the beginning that's skinny dipping.
Yeah, okay,
when she's
yeah.
getting
While she's
pulled
getting
around on the water.
Yep. When she's getting ripped around by the shark in the water, they fucked her shit up. Her back.
That sucks.
I mean, she was getting chucked around
Yeah.
in water too. So think of how hard you're, however they're doing that.
Yeah.
Probably ropes, just pulling her. Ow.
Ow.
Oof. Oof.
Come out with a rope burn, broken back,
I was in a movie
whiplash.
though, and I died. Yeah. So actual budget on this
Hold
guy. That is the cops coming for you, Randy.
No, did she die now?
Oh. In the movie, yeah.
Oh.
She
Okay,
died
keep
in
going.
real life there. They used the footage. It
Right.
was too good.
That's
They
why
just-
I was like, what?
They just threw her
Like,
body
whoa.
on the beach there.
An actual shark came out and ate her? Wow, what the fuck?
What are the odds?
Okay, Cape Cod,
A
man.
great white.
It's a
We
wild
just
time up
sat there and we're like, well, we might
That's
as well
good
film it.
footage.
Yeah, we got to keep it
This is
now.
fucking
Yeah.
dope.
It wasn't
We're not-
even going to be a shark movie before that. Wow, okay.
This
is
was
what
meant to
we're
be a
doing?
comedy.
Yeah.
Trying to make mermaids and shit. Look at that. All right. Overall budget, $9 million.
What
God
the fuck?
damn.
Now, again, this is 1975. So, Randy, I'm going to ask you to bring up the calculator
Okay.
and see what $1975 of $9 million would be in today's dollars. I'm guessing probably somewhere around like 20 to 30, my guess, but still a lot less than I thought it would have been. Like $9 million for
9
this.
mil.
Yeah, $9 million seems awfully low for.
It just looks so good.
I mean, that Steven Spielberg. That's all you got to say.
I
Like the
know,
way he
this-
thought
yeah.
about filming this movie and everything. So he used a lot of handheld shots, being on just the water itself, like almost being a little bit over the water line to give you that like claustrophobic type.
Yeah.
49 mil.
Feel. 49 mil. What? Wow, I was off. So I mean,
Oh, it was almost what he was
Dang.
going to guess. 50 mil.
I was just calculating for today's money.
okay,
when I was
sure.
guessing.
All right, yeah. What a good save. I mean, that makes kind of sense when you think about it. If you want to break it down, if that was 50 million, then this is a big ass budget of a movie
Yeah.
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 for sure.
I'm gonna keep this calculator up for how much they made.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. So, what do we think it made overall in
it
the
was
box
huge.
office? We're going Randy first.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
What did it make?
I'd like to go to Randy first because I don't want him to have like any actual thoughts of anybody going, "Hey, I think it cost this much."
Yeah,
So
I
then he
like to piggyback off people.
yeah. So we're not. doing that.
Fuck.
1975.
Uh-huh.
What did it make overall box office?
47.
47 million.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
that's a good guess. I mean, you got to think it's only $9 million. That's yeah, it's not bad. Trav, Jess, what do you got?
You're just coddling me.
Maybe?
I'm guessing 250 because this was a huge movie.
Was that in today's money?
No,
Back then money?
Yeah, and this thing was huge. Like he said, it kind of sparked the whole summer blockbuster thing.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. I know it sparked that. I know that it's gone on to have great success. However, we do know that there are other movies that have had much greater ROI than.
See, I'm just trying to think of Halloween. Halloween made close to that much, and it was cheaper, and it was 79.
Yeah, and
it's not
again, Jaws is
impossible.
regarded as being a huge horror movie, and so is Halloween. But
Yeah,
when you really think about it, who's talking about it more? These types of movie. Everybody knows Jaws. You still have people who know Halloween for sure, but not that many people talk about it that don't
exactly.
necessarily are into horror, right?
I want to change my guess.
Nope. You're locked in.
Fine, then I'm going to go with 100.
Okay.
Hundy. Just going straight Hundy. C note. Overall box office. $472 million.
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ.
That's a good return right there.
So that's why they said Jaws 2 is coming out. Yeah, what is that, like $1 billion?
2.6 bill.
No fucking way. Holy
God
shit.
damn.
So Steven Spielberg was a made man after this, and so
What was
was
the-
everybody.
We just did another one where they made
Oh, yeah, it was
fucking
crazy,
6 billion
yeah.
or some shit.
What was
6
it?
billion.
I don't know.
Star Wars. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Duh.
Yeah,
would make sense.
in today's money, it would have been like $6 billion or something
Right.
like
The
that.
Just
original Star Wars.
The original
Yeah.
Star Wars, just the first one. So think of the sequel was even bigger. In Return of the Jedi was even bigger than that. Like, that's fucking wild.
You got fucking money.
Yeah. And ticket prices were cheap as shit back then.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
$3, like today, to go see a movie. Today is in this weekend
Oh,
only.
yeah.
$3.
Last weekend, if you're listening now.
Well, I don't know. What
I
it
know
is.
that
so, yeah.
this movie was a huge success, but how the fuck do you do a sequel to Jaws? I
See?
mean, like, why would you do a sequel to Jaws? Like, I
How?
know financially why.
Let's
but,
be
like,
real. We know
story-wise.
why you make the sequel to Jaws, because it
Yeah.
broke how much money. How do you do it good? You don't, because they didn't. I mean, let's
So
be
there's
real.
not a single Jaws movie after this that's good.
Okay,
Mhm,
here's the
no.
thing. The shark becomes a stalker.
Does it?
Yes.
Are you being for real?
I'm being for
And
real.
all of
She's
them?
making the movie
I know,
right now.
I know the third one is supposed to be terrible.
Yeah, that's the one that
Jaws
really
3D,
is
yeah.
like definitively a stalker.
That's the one that has Michael Caine, right?
Michael Caine.
Oh
it does.
shit, I forgot.
Yeah, and he's got that stupid scene where he's like, I think they use that stock footage, or there's footage that they use in like Austin Powers from Jaws, of him like as a young man or something. I can't remember what. It's something like that.
What?
What?
Just sorry.
Your mind just went. I don't, where are we?
Jeez.
Broken.
What was the second one about? Obviously a shark, but where the fuck did the shark come from? I'm not gonna watch the second one.
I remember one of them, and I don't think it's the second one, but I remember it being like, oh, Jaws had babies before it was blown up. And
I was gonna fucking say that. Like, I
Yeah,
can't believe that's the actual story, though.
yeah.
That's so stupid.
I mean, they did say it in the first one. They said all they do is eat, go back, whatever, and make babies or some
Did
shit.
they even sleep?
Eat and fuck.
Right.
I don't think
Sounds
sharks
like-
sleep,
This
right?
one doesn't.
It's not their thing. Like, they're always moving.
Right. They have
Yeah.
to be moving, or they're like blood
Yeah.
stops or something. That could be a what's the? Could be fake, but I've read that before. Here's my thing: if you're making a sequel to Jaws, does it actually have to be like, oh, this fucking shark is related to the original Jaws? No, it's a fucking
No.
shark, right? So go somewhere else in the world and do what they did with, like, Speed. The first one was on a bus, and they went, no, the second one's going to be on a boat. You don't need to repeat the same shit. Obviously, it's a Jaws movie, so it has to be a shark movie. But what I'm saying is, change locations, change characters. Yeah, you want Brody in it, but do you need him in it? No.
Did they stay in the same place for the second one?
I don't even fucking remember, dude. I'm just
Maybe.
saying that they tried to tie it in with the same shark. Don't do that. It's a shark movie.
Yeah, you could have gone to California or something.
Do what Family
it's
Guy
like
said,
a-
even bigger Jaws.
It's just like 48 meters down.
Oh, yeah, that one's great.
It has
Yeah.
zero connection to the first one beyond shark.
Yeah.
That's it. And I have so much fucking fun with that movie.
I feel like the best way to do a sequel to Jaws, and this would probably piss off the general audience, but you
cares?
camp it up hardcore.
Oh yeah.
Like, you just lean into the absurdity of it.
Well, I mean, and that's, did Deep Blue Sea not sort of do that? You know what I mean? Like,
It did.
they
Oh my god.
it was
Yeah.
it was serious, but I mean, LL Cool J was fucking in it. Samuel L. Jackson was in it. He's doing
All I can
the
think
Dude,
of is
Samuel
that
L.
scene.
Jackson, that is one of my favorite movie scenes of all time, is him
Yeah.
giving this big inspirational speech, getting the team together. We're gonna get this motherfucking shark off this motherfucking boat, and then
did.
boom.
Dude, I remember
was
watching
amazing,
that
too.
scene. I was watching that for the first time on a waterbed.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was very
Ocean of the
immersive.
ocean.
I was like, I'm gonna get Samuel L. Jackson right now. I gotta get off.
The reason why I really like that is because, like, at the time, Samuel L. Jackson was a big. Well, I mean, he's still a big star, but he was like bigger than he was. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. He's always been a big star. You can't say he's bigger than whatever. Anyways, you're not expecting him to be the guy to get eaten by the shark in that specific moment. And it's almost genius. And I kind of hate that movie is overshadowed by that scene, because I do actually like Deep Blue Sea. But, I mean, a good scene to be remembered for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Well, Randy got
Never heard of it either.
It's another shark movie, but in this movie,
Like Megalodon?
Megalodon? No, not like that.
Why?
It was at the Meg.
Yeah.
You seen that with
Yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Statham?
I didn't.
That was okay. I didn't like it. What,
Did you just do
Jason?
Michael Caine
Yeah,
impression for Jason
Yeah.
Statham?
I'm just saying, they're from fucking over there. Anyways, so Deep Blue Sea, the reason why I like it is because it changes the formula up a little bit about sharks, because they are making them smart so they can somehow excrete something from their brains to help cure Alzheimer's, because apparently sharks don't forget. I don't know. It makes sense in the movie. So they have to like make these sharks super smart with this like serum or something. And obviously, you know how that goes wrong, because now you have super sharks.
Super shark smart.
Super shark. That's a
damn it.
horror movie all on its own.
Super smart sharks running around, swimming around, doing stuff, and LL Cool J's in it, so you know it's good.
Were you for real on that part? Did you actually mean that?
Fuck no, come on.
Dude,
You ever
Oh,
seen-
Cool J's in H2O.
he has a good track record. I'm telling you.
But
I knew
is he
you were
is he
exactly
a good
about to-
actor
yes.
though? No, but he's good to be in and laugh at, right? But I don't know. I'm just saying, like, Deep Blue Sea is definitely better than people remember it being. There's some wonky CGI here and there, but I kind of fuck with it.
Okay.
You would like it better than Jaws.
I'm sure.
Think of it as Fast Five, but with Jaws.
Family.
Family.
That
Family
should have been the
show.
tagline right there.
It should
Fast
be.
5 hadn't even happened yet. Like, I don't even think the original Fast and Furious is out, but this is definitely
Probably
Fast
not.
5.
Fast. I can't say
So
fast
then
shark.
Fast
Shark.
5 is Deep Blue Sea without sharks,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's what their tagline is.
Okay.
Yeah, they just traded.
Ahead of the time. Crazy. Opening weekend numbers were actually kind of low for this, 6.8 million. But
Fuck, I was gonna guess 6.8 million, dude.
well, really,
No.
you would have been good. No, I feel like this was a word of the mouth movie, just because
1975.
1975. Who's going to see movies in masses, right? This definitely amped it up afterwards.
What was the release date?
June 20th.
June 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect timing then. Yeah, it's like a summer movie, and then people are like freaking out about, going to the beach,
Getting
I
away.
guess.
Good beach.
Where do you? How do you advertise movies back then?
Posters, TV.
But how do you?
a thing?
Radio
Did they make
spots.
commercials for them?
In a world.
Right, she's got it. Well, not in a world, in an ocean.
Yeah.
This side of, I don't know. Oh, somebody's barking at something. All right, excuse you. I don't know what that was. Something fell behind us. We can't tell because there's green screens everywhere. It's all
We're going
good.
back.
Shut up. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. Tomatometer time, the Rotten Tomatoes score, the Roddy T's is what I'm saying here. What do we think the audience and the critics gave it out of 100%? Dun dun, Randy.
Critics 7.3.
73.
Fuck.
Percent.
God, why do I always do that? And then 85.
For the audience.
Yes.
Okay, not bad.
73, 85.
What do you think there, guys?
Okay. Well, I know for sure that if Jaws came out today and you were to buy a really nice physical copy of it, if you are prone to collecting physical media such as we are, it would be one of those obnoxious ass movies with the giant certified fresh label on the front that you
yeah.
can't get rid of.
Yeah, you might be right there, yeah. It's certified.
So
Doesn't take much to be certified fresh, though.
I know. Well, just like it's like I said with it the other day. It's the
Ingrid.
New York Times bestseller of labels.
You're right.
So I do think, though, I think the critic score is going to be higher than the audience score. Not that Jaws isn't a classic, but just because it's so old and people have to be fucking twats about stuff. So I imagine that they're going to be like, actually, it's not that good a movie.
Hey, don't
Randy.
talk about Randy like that. Yeah.
Well,
Got him.
So I think the critic score is going to be like 93. And the audience score is going to be like 75.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going 90s for both of them. I mean, it's like a classic for everybody. Everybody loves it.
Except for
Even
Randy.
if they've never seen except for Randy. Even I feel like people who haven't even seen it would probably go in there and rate it high just because it's so iconic. Everybody knows this, like, that song. So I'm gonna go
I think the
90.
Yeah.
I'm going like 98 for both. Just
Wow.
fucking, man. I'm cranking
That's
it all
high.
the way up there.
He's just
Man.
chucking it and trying
People
to hit the
love
top.
it.
Full
of it.
throttle right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead and tell them I'm right.
tell who? Them?
Yep.
Actually, Trav's the closest.
Fuck.
It is critics 97, audience 90.
Damn.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Okay, but I was
That's-
still right that the
Yeah,
the
the
critics are
audience.
higher than the audience.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is that type of movie where critics are never going to say this is bad. You know what I mean? Like you have the best director, you have the best kind of actors in this, you have something where it's a realistic type story. There's nothing crazy that's happening. There's nothing that's kind of like out there to where you won't believe that this is happening, or there's nothing that's taking you away from the actual story. Yeah, you're saying that those kids could be out of here, but the kids add to it when you think about it. The story itself, while it takes a while to get through, like Randy doesn't like, it still is a good arc of a story. There's nothing that's like stopping you to go, wait, what? You know what I mean? There's nothing that's at least for me, there's nothing taking me out of the movie going, this doesn't make sense or this doesn't work.
I mean, there wasn't anything in the movie that didn't make sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Critically wise, this movie is like the perfect movie.
98%. Perfect.
97, but
Whatever. That was close.
whatever. Close enough. So IMDb score. You can guess that then, since you were doing your points.
I mean, if we're going to go off of this, I'm going to fucking at least say 8.9.
8.9.
Yeah.
999. Okay,
999.
8.9. Sure. Guys, what do you can guess if you want.
I feel like IMDb is the opposite. They shit on things so hard. So I'm gonna say this is like 7.6 on there.
9-1.
9.1. It is an 8.1, which is a little less, but I would still say it's in the ballpark. I mean, that's 8 for a movie that the critics say is almost perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like even classics on IMDb though, they get really low. Like you don't really see anything in the 9s too often.
I agree with that. I mean, unless you're Black Panther for some reason and you're like 99% certified fresh and 9 out of 10 on fucking IMDb for Black Panther because it's Black Panther.
I feel like you see it more
It's a
on
good
like
movie.
TV show, like individual episode
Yeah,
ratings.
it's
Is where you're
always-
gonna see those high
'Cause
ratings.
the only people that are gonna review an individual episode are people who actually give a shit about the show. You know, like nobody really goes to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I find that with the internet culture in general. Like, you're either going to hate something so much that you want to review it, or you like something so much that you're going to review it. You don't have the people who are just like, yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going out of my way to review something because
Yeah.
it was okay. So you always have the end of the spectrum, and I feel like I'm seeing that right now in real time with SheHulk. I don't know if you guys are into Marvel, whatnot, very much, which I don't think you are, but SheHulk is
Yeah.
being lambasted as this like terrible show because it has to do with women in the forefront of everything. And you know what? The show is not bad whatsoever.
The show's actually pretty good.
The show's great, and people are not realizing that the comic that it's based off of is a comedy first before it's a action kind of thing. So it's leaning into being stupid and comedic, and she breaks the fourth wall. Well, guess what? The comic came out before like Deadpool came out. She was the first comic character to break the fourth wall. So you're making a show that is, how would I say, the same as the comic, but nobody's reading those comics because
Yeah.
they're fuckboys of today, and they're just watching this going, well, this is stupid. It's not Marvel. It's not men in charge. I don't want to see a big green woman twerking.
Well, she twerks.
Well, and
Yeah.
we're
Nice.
obviously
Sorry.
we're in the
Yeah.
horror space, and we are seeing a lot of that right now with all of the like behind the scenes and production stills that are coming out for the new Pinhead movie.
Right. Same thing.
Um,
Right.
Yeah, and that's just I texted a whole fucking rant to Travis about this on my break at work yesterday because I was like, why do I keep going to the comment sections on this? And the
Yeah,
people
don't,
that
yeah.
are mad are just a bunch of dude bros that just are gonna hate anything that isn't Doug Bradley as Pinhead or casting another dude as Pinhead,
He
even
hasn't
though
been
it's
Pinhead
not.
for like decades.
Right.
My only problem with She-Hulk Attorney at Law is that I can't not think of Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law with that
Right.
title.
I think of Futurama, or it's
Single
the
female lawyer.
Yeah, exactly right. But I mean, Futurama was not around when the SheHulk comic was out, you know. So I mean, it's like all these people just don't understand that stuff came out before what we're watching now, but people just can't. I don't know. People don't understand history or want to do research, so they just complain on the internet.
I think people just like to get pissed off. That's pretty much it.
They look for something.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're right, Randy. People are looking to be mad to complain about something because they think the internet gives them a voice, when in reality, it's just a bunch of people complaining about something
Makes
together.
you look like a bitch.
Yeah.
As I say over the internet.
As I say over the I like it. Cool. All right, so Jaws, who was our favorite characters in these movies, or just character in general? Anybody can take this.
The shark.
Hooper.
Fuck yeah.
It's got to be the shark. I mean, if you break
He's
it down,
doing his thing.
he is a character in the movie, right? Just like I said earlier, like Jason Voorhees or any other villain. He is the villain in this movie, or is he? You know,
He's just a lonely shark trying to get some lunch.
That's what I'm saying. I think the villain is the mayor,
Brody.
or just society in general, like saying, hey, these people are dying.
Yeah.
We need to close the beaches. But no, because we need to make money. No, this is the time where we go swimming. Like the part where they're in the town hall area before Quint kind of comes in, and they're all like, well, how long's the beach going to be closed? And they're like, 24 hours. That's an eternity.
That's a fucking
Yeah,
day.
never heard anything
go
like
take a
that at
walk.
all anytime recently in
I know.
society.
I could not help but draw parallels to all of that during that whole
And that's
scene.
funny, right? This movie was made in 1975, but it still hits today. And I think that just shows that as a society, we're never going to fucking change. And there's nothing going to be done about problems that can be solved easily, but either hurts people's feelings or, how'd I say, is a mild inconvenience to some people. Like, oh, I can't go to the beach today? Fuck that. Open it.
Yeah.
One kid died? Fuck it. I don't care about that kid. I want to go to the beach.
You're gonna
That
care
kid was
when your
probably
kid
an
dies.
asshole anyway.
He was the troublemaker in school. He needed
whatever.
to be gone.
He was already pruning. He shouldn't have been back
Yeah.
out
Oh
there.
my god.
Yeah. If he'd just listened to his mom.
I
Exactly.
do appreciate though that movie went there and killed a kid, because I know that's like off
You know
limits
what?
for a lot of people, but they fucking did it, and people don't like to see
It's
that.
not off limits for a shark.
That's true,
Ah,
but I don't
that's
know.
it.
I don't want this to sound fucked up, but I like it whenever
I'm glad that kid
something that
died.
happens.
Travis likes child murder.
Look, okay,
You heard it here first.
The only
folks.
reason that I am for it is because I like nothing being off limits. You don't know what to expect. I hate knowing that a character is safe no matter what.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. Like, if I'm watching a movie and it's a certain movie where there's stakes, right?
Exactly.
If I know that you're a kid and you're a main integral plot, even though this kid isn't, but if you're in an integral plot point of the movie, well, you're fine because you're a kid. You're not going to die. All of a sudden, something swings down and chops this kid's head off. I'm like,
Gotcha, bitch.
Exactly.
we're in
I'm
it.
not-
Yeah.
No spoilers, but I'm just going to say Hereditary.
Yes.
And to be honest, so I thought
Just-
when that kid was like, when the shark was going up to the kid, I thought it was a dog. So I started, like, I was about to fast forward. Then I saw it was a kid and I stopped fast forwarding. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. The kid's going to die.
Fucking guy.
Everyone
I
wants
think
a
the
dog
dog
to die.
did die though off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Sadly implied.
But you know
I don't
what?
like-
They showed the kid get murdered, but not the dog. Good on Steven
Good.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
He has
You know
his
what?
priorities
That,
correct.
Yep.
that right there is my limit. I don't want to
Yeah.
see dog death. I don't want to see pet deaths. But you can
Exactly.
kill a kid. Totally fine
Yeah.
with it.
I mean, the
I
kid.
will, yeah.
I mean, dogs are always good. Dogs are good.
Speaking of,
But people, people sometimes suck. What if he'd grown up to be the next mayor? You know what I mean?
He could have been a good mayor.
But he might have sucked also.
That's
So
true.
probably would've sucked.
maybe the shark only eats assholes.
Oh.
That's what
Like he's
all
a
he's trying to eat the
vigilante
entire
shark.
time. No, he's actually
We're gonna-
going for literally assholes.
I was going to say, can we bring that back to
Human centipede.
Human Centipede somehow?
Yeah.
And there you go. Look at that.
Nice.
Nice round circle, like an
all right.
asshole.
Yep.
My favorite character is definitely the town of Amityville.
Okay, well, it's Amity.
Oh, sorry.
See, oh no, it's okay.
So
It's
much
okay.
for-
I do the same thing as well in my brain. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, is it Amity or is it Amityville? And is this somehow tied to the Amityville
Shudder
horror?
on
And that'd
that
be cool.
because Shudder's TV has had all of the Amityville movies.
I mean,
on
just this
lately.
morning, Amityville, by the way, is another series that somehow has like a whole series. Like there was one that was playing today called Amityville 1992: It's About Time. It's about a clock.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, for real though, my favorite character is Hooper, for sure. I didn't know that was Dreyfuss until like afterwards.
Dreyfuss. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. I had that same thought growing up because I've watched this movie since I was a child, and I remember seeing Mr. Holland's Opus and not correlating that that's the same guy in that movie than in Jaws. And then somebody finally, either I looked it up or somebody said something to me like, "Yo, that's Richard Dreyfuss." I was like, holy shit. So this made Jaws like a completely different movie for me after I found out that was him. And honestly, it made it better. Richard Dreyfuss, Hooper.
I know that, but
There's a movie called Mr. Holland's Opus. It's a very good movie that came out in the mid-'90s where he's like a music teacher. That's
about it.
I mean,
Okay.
I could go into more details, but I
No,
mean,
it's
you
fine.
don't.
I
Yeah,
understand.
He's a
it's
pretty
not
big
a.
actor, I
Yeah,
think.
it's also a good movie, but it's not a movie like you need to go see. If that
Okay.
makes sense. It was a period timepiece where that was like one of those like big movies of the year, and then no one talks about it again.
Oh,
Or ever.
Okay.
Right.
Best thing about his character, though, I love that he like is introduced as this huge nerd, and nobody respects him except for was it Brody?
Yeah,
Brody.
well, Brody's also kind of a nerd. So.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And then throughout the movie, whenever he gets on the boat with was it Quill?
Quint.
Quint. Whatever.
Quint, Quill, Quint,
Uh,
Q. It's a Q.
Q. He
What is this, a James Bond movie now?
Could
you
be.
can see him like he kind of earns his respect because he like that scene before he even gets on the boat, he feels his hands. He's like, these hands are soft. Like these aren't working hands or whatever. Like I don't know. He doesn't believe in him, but then he goes out there and he actually proves himself. Like I don't know. It was a nice character, and that whole scene of them getting drunk and like singing songs and like trading battle scars. Loved it so much. It was great.
That's like one of the best parts of the movie too is them talking about their battle scars and comparing to each other, and then finally Quint gets into like the real shit, and then that's where we talked about the is it the USS Indianapolis or something that goes down or whatever, and that like it turns that scene from being happy and like we're drinking having a good time to fuck, you're like, this is why you are the way you are, and you're opening up finally, and like I don't know, it just felt real. Like that whole scene felt so well acted and so well, like everything from front to back, right? Just them sitting there having a good time drinking into that is so good, and Randy fucking went fast forward. I don't care.
Dude,
Well,
you need to
and
go back and
it
watch
also
that.
adds that gut punch when he does end up getting got at the end.
Yeah.
Like it makes it much more emotional. And I'm gonna say, I feel like having rewatched this, I see hints of this in The Lighthouse with
You're fond of me,
Willem
Lost.
Dafoe and
Willem Dafoe when he's like
Robert
doing
Pattinson.
his various monologues. Like I don't know, I get like hints of Quint.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
I mean, they're both fishermen, right? I mean, it makes kind of sense.
But like just that
In a way.
magnetism of like there's the way they like have these monologues that seem kind of irrelevant at first, and then it just leads into something, you know?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Talking about beans.
Why'd you spill your beans?
I like that he's always singing that song,
Yeah.
like the Spanish ladies song or whatever. Yeah, he's a good character too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I'd say
feel
he's
like
probably my second favorite character. Obviously Hooper's first.
Yeah.
He just, I don't know. He just like is a fun guy. Like he's a super nerd, but like he puts his money where his mouth is. You know, it's not all theoretical to him. It isn't just stuff that he studied in a textbook. Like he's gone out. He's seen this stuff face to face. He's like fully, Steve Irwin'd it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
R.I.P.
I was gonna say, not the way Steve Irwin went out.
I thought for sure
Maybe.
when he was like when he opened up his shirt and he was like pointing at his heart, I was like, oh my god, did he? Did it do it to him?
The stingray got me, but just I was like, it's super close to the heart. I'm good.
God damn.
What a way to go, honestly, when you think about it. Like Steve Irwin doing all the stuff he did, and then that had to be fucking painful, getting a stingray stinger to the heart.
Yeah.
Woof.
I'm good. I don't wanna die like
That can't be instant either.
You probably could.
Would it though?
You think he got up and walked away from that?
He floated away because he was in the water.
Dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Floated
think.
away dead.
Yeah, he didn't die instantly, but he definitely felt it and then bled out.
Jesus.
Or maybe he drowned because it was all underwater. I don't know.
Can we go back
bit of
to
both.
talking about children
A bit of
dying, please?
Oh, much better. Children. Fuck those children.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids. No, my favorite character was Hooper as well. I just really liked his character arc, like you were saying, where he went from this guy that nobody was like serious about, and then all of a sudden, like at the end of the movie, you're like, yeah, dude, this guy fucking rules. Like him and Brody at the end kind of like share that look, like, all right, you know what I mean? And then also Brody too, like even has his own character arc of being like, he's brought into this place because he's a cop, but this is his first summer here. And they're kind of, I felt like he was brought into this place because he wasn't a good cop, or maybe something happened where they were kind of making him move to this place where they didn't really need a police presence, right? Like it felt like
He said
the
he
movie
wanted
just
to
coming up.
have an impact. He said he can't really have that impact in New York City because there's always so much stuff going on and you're always too late. And he said in a small place like Amity, one man can make a difference.
Right. So, I mean, he takes that and runs with it, right, in this movie. Obviously, it seems he's a little apprehensive at first or whatnot, or, you know, the mayor is kind of stopping him in what he wants to do. But then him getting on the boat and then kind of being out of place again on the boat, right? Like, because he's not a boat guy and all this stuff.
Afraid of water,
and
right?
Right, exactly. And then finally being the one to kill the, you know, smile, you son of a bitch, and fucking hits it. Like, I don't know, it's a great character arc, and it's, I think, one of the best, like, not character stories in Hollywood, but just like you feel good every time you watch it because you're like, fuck yeah, this guy's got it.
Yeah.
He killed the shark.
That thing fucking exploded.
Yeah, man. That was a great explosion. Like,
It really was
raining
too,
down
right?
guts.
Just
Good shit.
and they're just laughing as the guts are just raining down. Like, it's perfect.
Man, he's getting his mouth all in the water. And
What does it
blood and
matter
shit.
though
Like,
at
that's
this point?
fucking nasty.
What does it matter? You want to drink all this fucking
Yeah, dude, just open your
paint
mouth.
yourself.
Just like,
Right.
Yeah.
Just take it in.
I like how they just don't even really, they barely acknowledge Quinn. Quinn, right?
Yeah, Quint. Yeah. When Hooper comes up, he goes, Quint. And Brody's just like,
Nope.
nah.
Yep. And then that's
Yeah.
all they talk about anymore. And like, yeah, fuck it. It's his boat. And you just watched him get eaten by a giant ass shark. That's gotta be terrifying. That has to traumatize.
And he got eaten feet up, too.
Yeah,
I always felt like he could have just stood up and been like, "No, get off me." But at the same
Didn't,
time, it's like the boat's going down, and there's like all this shit happening, and all this stuff pouring into its mouth, and the shark's just sitting there like, meh, like trying
Like
to just,
Pac-Man.
yeah, and it's like, I get it, but the shark is the smartest thing at this point. Like, just come to me, motherfucker. I'm here. I'm eating you.
I couldn't understand. Like, I didn't know his motivation whenever he was
shark?
throttling Quinn. When he was throttling the ship, and Hooper keeps warning him that it's gonna blow out if he keeps doing it, and he just does it anyways. Like, was he trying to give up at that point? Like, had he just given up, or was he like? I don't understand the motivation for that.
So it's weird to me too, because like I feel like he wanted the shark to eat him. Like, he was done. He wanted to join his comrades or whatever, kind of like a soldier's death or whatever. And like, just fucking eat me. It's cool. And then the shark finally like bites into him, and then it's like, no,
Wait,
fuck, I don't want
Don't
this.
eat me. This
Right.
shit fucking hurts.
This sucks. Right. Yeah, whatever. It was still.
Pain doesn't last too long, apparently.
When
get
you're being
fucking
digested.
swallowed.
Well, he wasn't getting digested. He got blown the fuck up
Yeah,
too,
he was
right?
fucking done.
Oh, dude, he was
What if he
probably
was
alive in there.
alive? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what if he was alive, still being like
Brody killed him?
whatever, and then it blows up, and he's like,
Oh no.
he was crawling out of the mouth as he was lining the shot up, and he was like,
like,
I'm
"Don't
free.
shoot."
Yeah. Done. I like it. What was our favorite part or scene of Jaws? Gotta have one.
Gotta have one favorite scene.
Come on, Randy.
Go to them first. Let me think.
What do you...
You got one?
I like the as much as I like the like showdown on the sea, I love all of the stuff with the town 1st.
Mhm.
And I think that scene where we've seen all of these people come from out of town and everybody's there, and this is a summer town, it's a beach town, we got to keep the beach open, blah blah blah. And then we see all of these people, claustrophobic levels of crowds on the beach, and not a one of them's in the water until the mayor kind of forces this guy to go into the water. Looked every bit as sad as any time we've tried to get Talia to go swimming. And then like one other person sees him get in the water and goes, all right,
Yeah.
all right. And then they all just flood out there.
Yeah.
And then we have the same mass exodus, when they think there's a shark and they reverse back out of there. I think that whole sequence is pretty interesting to see.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely telling too, because it's showing like how society works. Like everybody's afraid to do something until one person's like, "No, fuck, we're good. Let's go do it." And then everybody follows suit. And then it's like, "Wait, no, we shouldn't have done this. To get back." And then everybody does, follows it as well. And it's, I don't know, this movie's more genius than you think it is, and
Yeah.
it's definitely deeper than what it's showing. You know what I mean? And that's why you're right. I do enjoy the Amity scenes as well, because it's definitely showing the real monster of this movie, and it's humans. Humans. Yay.
I think
Humans.
my favorite
crazy.
part.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think my favorite part is probably the introduction to Quint whenever he like takes his fingernails to the chalkboard.
Oh my god.
And it's not a quick one either. He just
Yeah, it's a great entry
Yeah.
for a character, and I love the way that is shot, because like it's just like the camera just does a like slow, like somebody's just slowly walking it to him while he's like delivering this speech about just like how he can do it, and he can go out there and it's going to be way more expensive than they're wanting to pay. Like the dude takes control of the situation. He projects like this crazy amount of confidence. I don't know. I love it. It's a great way to like introduce that badass of a character.
I had to close my eyes because I think watching it made it worse. Like the sound worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I want to
the
know who
sound
drew
parts.
that shark with the human inside the mouth on the
wasn't too
chalk.
bad.
I feel
It
like that
wasn't
was
either.
Quint. He was planning this dramatic speech
my
the whole
God.
time, and he was like, but first.
Foreshadowing.
Hey, let me show this.
That is foreshadowing when you think about it. He drew his own demise.
Yeah.
He knew.
Well, he knew.
knew
Maybe,
how it was
that was
going
his
out.
plan the whole time. I'm going out and I'm going to get two guys who are going to actually catch the shark or kill the shark. But I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory and get my legs chopped
Yeah.
off and then my stomach.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to actually be like, no, I'm coming back up through the mouth.
then you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
explode.
I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna
It's going to be a
explode, yeah.
fun little ride. Yeah.
All right, so if I had to pick a favorite scene, it's not really, I guess, a favorite scene, but just a favorite moment when they were in Quint's shop and he was gonna take the shot. He didn't take the shot. He threw it out,
Mhm.
and then Hooper, whatever his name is, walks in.
Hooper,
He was
Hooper.
like, "Don't take that shot," and he fucking takes it real quick, and he
Yeah.
looks at him like, "Really? I just fucking told you not to, but you did it anyway."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is the like autopsy type scene where Hooper comes in to look at the boat, I guess the boating accident, right? And he's like, yeah, he's got the headset on too, and he's like talking into it. I was like, man, I kind of like that because old technology almost. And the way he just like, picks up the arm and he's looking, and you can tell he's like, he's confident about what he's doing, but he's just like,
He was trying to fucking
right.
vomit everywhere.
exactly. And I was like, man, that's such a good, like, he's acting so well in that scene. And it's all one shot, too. So it wasn't like they were doing quick cuts here and there and whatnot. It was all just one shot of from when they walk in, pick up that shit, and do everything. Pick up that shit. The woman from the boating accident. I don't know. That scene to me just sticks out of the movie. Or that, or the fucking head that pops out of the boat.
Yes,
another one.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I knew that was coming, but whenever that happened, like I actually jumped. Like that was a really good jump scare.
Yeah, it got me too.
That's the only part as a child that scared me in this movie. Like I was like, I knew when it was coming. When I'd always rewatch it, I was just nope. Tell me when it's over. All right, we're good. Like, and then watching it now, you're like, well, that's the obvious fakest head I've ever seen in my life.
I know,
but
yeah.
it works. It gets people. And
funny
then
that the
being the
shark
only
looks
real
better.
jump scare in the movie as well, I think makes it even better.
Yeah, that's the way to do jump scares. Like you
Yeah.
use them sparingly, because if you are just doing a movie full of them, it's not going to be effective.
I don't know.
like
I'm a
scary
jumpy
movies now.
person. I will jump every time there's a jump scare.
Yeah, but you're not going to be like, that was a great jump scare. You're just going to be like, ah. Like,
Right, you're not going to remember it, right? Where if there's
Yeah.
one that's like this, it's memorable because it's the
Exactly.
only one and it's actually important to the movie. It's not just trying to get a cheap out of you.
Yeah.
My favorite are the jump scares that get our cat.
Yeah.
Zoe likes to watch movies with us, and occasionally, like, she will like jump up off the couch.
That's funny. All right, so we're going to get to a couple questions here that has to do with how haven't you seen this? Why has it taken this long for you to see Jaws?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I mean, obviously, it came out in 1975. I wasn't born until fucking 20 years later,
Sure.
so I didn't see it when it first came out.
I'll be okay, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the reasons that I don't see movies because my mom just didn't watch movies, and I wasn't gonna just pick a movie at a. We didn't have Netflix back then,
Sure.
so I wasn't gonna be like, oh, let me scroll through Netflix, find a movie to watch.
So
So she didn't have it on DVD, so I wasn't watching
I
that.
got you. So there's no reason like somebody would be like, man, have you seen Jaws before? And you're like, no. And they were like, well, let's watch it. And you're just like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
there was
just-
no
there was
real-
never a-
until now. I'm
Gotcha.
not gonna watch it again.
Okay.
But
It's normally on like TV during this weekend. That makes sense why it's in
why is it on this
Yeah.
weekend?
because of Labor Day weekend and whatnot, and like beaches closing and stuff like that.
Beaches closed for Labor Day.
Well, no, like the end of summer kind of thing,
Oh,
like the last
oh.
hurrah into it. They always put it like on
That makes more
TNT or
Yeah.
whatever. So
I would think it'd be on during Shark Week. Am I wrong?
you would think, but I feel like there's so much. Well, or the
They're
early
trying to-
the early days of Shark Week, I believe, yes. But
yeah,
then
but now they're trying to like save the sharks and all this kind of stuff.
well,
I
not
feel
only
like that's the thing.
not
Am I
only that,
wrong?
but I think there's just so much content with Shark Week now that they just can't. Maybe it's on like the 3 a.m. slot or some shit.
Yeah.
But that actually leads me into something I wanted to get to, which is, do you think sharks would be as feared or as poached or as murdered, let's say, if it wasn't for this movie?
Yes.
I think naturally they're scary, but like this one definitely made people more aware of the threat, probably because like, I mean, look at the United States at least. Like, you know, not everybody has access to a beach or like the ocean, so like you're not gonna get a fucking shark in like a lake or a pond or whatever. But like, I don't know, just general people that like live in landlocked areas, like they're aware of it now. It's more of like a threat to them. You know,
I think somebody would have made a shark movie at some point. If Jaws hadn't been made, somebody else would have made a shark movie. Would it have been the same cultural phenomenon? I don't know, but I think there would be people out there still that would be like, no, bro, I'm not into the whole shark thing. So I still think that would be a thing somehow, some way. And
it's
honestly, like, poaching animals is just an unfortunate thing that human beings do. So
yeah.
Fucking humans, the real villains of everything. I agree with you. I think, yeah, there's only so much you can do in the space of telling a story, so somebody would have made a shark movie. Like, I mean...
Yeah, it's a big ass
Yeah.
fucking fish that is like it's terrifying to look at. It's got a bunch of teeth. It's super strong. Obviously doesn't sleep.
I was gonna say, I've seen Finding Nemo. Like, that shark is terrifying, yeah. Looks like
He's
meat's
mean.
back on the menu. tonight.
he's
Yeah,
trying to be better.
you okay?
Yeah, isn't he a good
alright.
guy?
I mean, like,
Turns
he
into
was
one
a piece
is.
of shit.
But he changed.
Yeah, but he changed. People
Gotcha.
change.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Anyways, same question to you guys: how long or why has it taken so long for you, Trav, I guess, to see this movie?
Well, I feel like I mean, a lot of classics, it takes me a while to get around. I don't really feel obligated to watch them. And a lot of the times, like whenever people really like urge for you to watch something like that, it kind of makes me not want to watch it even more.
Mm-hmm.
But like with horror specifically, I think like I know that this is a classic, but I have to watch movies like this to remind myself that I actually enjoy like creature
movies.
features. Because usually like I'm so stuck in my bread and butter with like slashers and shit, and Like we watched Eight-Legged Freaks for the first time
Yeah.
last year. And
The movie's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's a great movie. Like I loved it, and I'm terrified of spiders. So
I had been
fucking
wanting
too.
to get him to watch that for most of our relationship because I fucking love Eight-Legged Freaks. And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm picking it for the podcast, so you have no choice now. And he's like,
Perfect.
oh, yeah, this is actually not a bad movie.
it's pretty good. But
It's
I mean,
not
yeah,
bad because it knows what it is too, right? And it's not trying to be Jaws or arachnophobia
Yeah.
even or whatever. It knows that it's a movie about giant fucking spiders and David Arquette's in it. Come on, let's.
Exactly. Yeah. It's got a great cast, a great premise, and Scarlett Johansson's in it too.
Yeah.
She does like
Oh my
almost
God,
like a
you're
kid.
right. My brain just made that.
Yeah.
See,
And
I
we got the whole
vaguely-
dirt bike scene across the desert. Like, oh God, it's just such a fun movie.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember watching that movie when it came out.
Dude, you gotta watch
But
it again.
Yeah.
Just refresh yourself. It's surprisingly good. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like I like creature features. I just don't always like remember that I do. So yeah, I mean
Yeah, that makes sense.
so there we go.
I've seen Jaws before,
Yeah.
obviously.
When
Shark
did you watch it
movies,
first?
middle school maybe.
Okay.
Shark movies are one of those things that actually like legitimately make me tense because I am afraid of water. Like I'm not like Brody levels. Like I go swimming and I go in the ocean and stuff, but like I legitimately get tense whenever there's water scenes in movies. Because it is so scary. Like it gets to me. So it's not one of those that I necessarily ever push for Travis to watch
Yeah,
a whole
there
lot.
are some movies that you do that.
Yeah, there are some movies that I'll do that, but this is like it's one of those. It's a good movie, but it's when there's a movie that makes me feel tense and anxious. I have to be in the right frame of mind to watch. So it hasn't necessarily been one of those that I've pushed on you a lot.
But you were so happy when we
But
watched
I was
this.
so happy when we
Yeah.
watched it. Yeah, it's a good movie, and I was in the right headspace for it. But
Yeah.
it's not one of those that I just lightly go, all right, we're gonna watch Jaws today.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like Jaws isn't a movie that you go, yeah, fuck, Sunday, let's put Jaws on. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. So it's definitely a movie that's like a planned kind of either like you know it's going to be on and okay, let's watch it, or you haven't seen Jaws. Fuck, okay, we're watching it, but it's not definitely
It's
something
not
that
like,
I go
hey,
back
you want
to
to come
watch.
over on Saturday night and have a
watch
fucking
Movie night and watch
Jaws
Jaws, right?
marathon movie? Or fuck.
A Jaws movie
Jaws.
marathon where
Yes,
we're watching
thank you.
Jaws 1, 2, 3D
Dude,
and like Jaws
Santa
Revenge.
Jaws.
Santa
I-
Jaws.
Jaws versus
I'd
Glob.
actually- Oh, dude, I saw Santa Jaws on Amazon. Like,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's actually part of the continuity. Like, does Jaws celebrate our Christmas?
Chris Halloween. He probably celebrates Halloween.
That's a
though.
good question, and it makes me want to watch that movie just to find
I know.
out.
See?
But I know
I think it was a series. So I think it was
Oh, it was a
multiple
series?
episodes. Yeah.
no, I'm not putting my time into that.
I
thing.
think I want to.
Even though it would probably equate to the same amount of time as a movie.
The
I'm
cover it had Jaws with a fucking Santa Claus hat on.
Yeah.
Did he have a beard?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh god, if they put a fucking beard on him,
He had
that
a
would
fucking
be-
hat on, though. That was
he
pretty
did
dope.
have the hat on. All right.
But it
put
had
over
to have
his
been
back.
custom made.
Yeah, you can't just put a regular hat on.
Yeah,
there,
but
'cause
it-
how's it staying on? Like, does he got like a thing under his
I
chin,
thought you
or
were
is
talking
it?
about the fucking movie, not the hat.
No.
Who's making custom Santa Claus hats for sharks? That's what I want to know.
Fit over the dorsal fin of it. That's what it's called, right? Dorsal fin?
Dorsal fin, I guess. Dorsal
Oh,
appendage.
maybe just like paint the fin.
Oh, dude, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
But
That's
you put
genius,
like a
yeah.
little bit of fluff surrounding it.
You break out the
I'm
tinsel
gonna
and
watch
go
it.
around. Oh, you son of a bitch. All right. Did Jaws live up to its expectations or the hype? I know what Randy's answer is, but he only watched half the movie. So
So, I mean, if you put the 30 minutes that I watched all together, then yeah, it would have if it was in 1975.
okay.
But today, you've got movies that kind of do the same thing. You got, do you mind, computer?
Sorry, computer.
We're in the middle of talking.
Yeah.
You got movies that do kind of the same thing. You got an animal going after people, usually for a reason. I mean, I don't know what the reason for the shark was, other than he was just hungry and he got stuck in the fucking shallow end of the ocean.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't know where I'm at, but all I see is food, and I want to eat it. Oh, these guys are
Yeah.
fucking with me and shooting barrels into
I'm
me.
gonna eat them too.
They're going down.
Yeah.
Bad
So-
decision on his part, but whatever.
Very. You got to own up.
Yeah.
So I mean, like 1975 would have held up if I had watched it then.
But you weren't alive.
I
So
was
yeah,
not
okay,
alive.
I got
Yep,
you.
I wasn't even a thought.
All right. Good answer, I guess. Trav, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm really happy that I've finally watched this because I can understand why it's seen as a classic. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt super invested the whole way through. I didn't really feel like there was really any dull moments to it. And like, I just think it holds up really well all around. Like, we've already talked about how like the themes are very relevant to today still. The characters are all like, everybody has good chemistry. Everybody does an amazing job with their roles in this, and it's just fun. Like, I think it looks great. Like, even I think that the shark looks great personally. I love practical effects. I think that might be part of it. Although I don't know how else you would do that in 1975, but you know.
Yeah.
There's really no other way to do it than the way they did it. I mean, you could have done. I
You make
guess,
a shark head with a dorsal fin. You put somebody inside the costume. He swims around the water.
That could
Sure.
be a thing. Yeah.
Sure, that
you
could
go.
be it. Why aren't you in 1975 telling them what to do? You'd be making all the money.
I know.
Well, you fucked up.
How much did they make? Like a lot.
So each of those cost like $250,000. In
Pay me
1975,
that. I'll fucking swim around in the water real quick.
just getting it.
Just fucking going.
Dude,
Until you
it
get in
would
the water
work.
and realize this sucks.
Yeah.
It's like the xenomorph in Alien. Like, that's just a dude in a suit, but it looks amazing.
He wasn't in water trying to swim though, so I feel
That's
like that
fair.
would be harder than you would think it would be with all those
Oh my god,
appliances.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. I guess that would be terrifying with this. There's this video that I've seen of this guy at he's at like a birthday party and he's dressed as Spider-Man.
Oh
and
yeah, he almost drowns.
Yeah, he thinks it's a great idea to just jump into the pool, and he like dives into the pool.
So he like waterboards
He
himself,
waterboards
basically?
himself. And the terrifying thing is he pops
fucking
himself
idiot.
up and he's like gasping for air and nobody understands what's happening and they're splashing water on his face. Yeah. And like he finally crawls out and then they like the adults there actually take the mask off and help him. But
What a
like,
dummy.
yeah. So maybe something like that could have happened if somebody's like swimming around like that.
Well, he
I don't know.
learned that day that you don't jump into a swimming pool with a Spider-Man full costume.
Mask on.
Well, I think it was one of those like zip up all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucked.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Especially if that zipper. Never mind.
If that zipper gets stuck,
I was gonna say rusts, but
rusts,
it's not gonna rust.
it's
that
not gonna
quickly.
rust that quick.
Yeah.
Man. Depending on where you
Sorry.
are in the world, probably not.
What,
Knife
what
is
kind
on
of
the
cheap
hole.
ass zippers you got going on?
Well, he's got like 2 pairs of pants, so they're probably rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's had them for 17 years each at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. All right. So I think it's time for. Oh. I got my fun facts.
All right.
I keep forgetting that they can't hear whatever goes on my
No, I heard
soundboard.
it.
So.
I should.
Oh, you heard
part
that?
of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
maybe
heard
you're
it.
It's
hearing
probably
it
from the
through,
headphones.
but
Yeah, it might be. Oh, we could have done that next time. Okay, whatever.
I don't know. I thought
Several
it was-
decades after the film's release, Lee Fierro, who played Mrs. Kinter, walked into a seafood restaurant and noticed that the menu had an Alex Kittner sandwich. She commented that she had played his mother so many years ago in the movie. The owner of the restaurant ran out to meet her, and he was none other than Jeffrey Voorhees, who had played her son. They had
Oh,
not
shit.
seen each other since the original movie shoot.
Aw,
That's awesome.
that's cute.
Right,
That's
tell
a
me that
sweet
ain't
story.
wild. Right, you're just sitting down and you're like, holy shit, there's a fucking sandwich named after the kid.
That also, he just runs a restaurant now.
Hey,
Not
man,
doing movies anymore.
I mean, he was a kid actor, right? So normally, unless you start getting more roles, that was your only role.
I guess all he did was die.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and he
That's a good one to
He
retire
didn't-
on. Hang your hat
Yeah,
on that.
right. And if you look back at the scene where like the shark actually eats him, there's like a big like shot of like blood that comes out of the water, and he just kind of like jumps up and into the water. Like he didn't die very well either.
No.
If you're gonna show kid death, and this is going to you, Trav,
Yeah.
if you're gonna show a kid getting
show
murdered,
that bitch getting
eaten up,
demolished,
I want to see heads flying. I want body parts getting and thrown, and
Absolutely.
mauled.
I want to have it so there is no thought whatsoever that that kid survived.
Like he could have also exploded. Like it could have happened. They could have found a way
yep.
to make it happen.
Yeah.
I would have watched that.
All I'm
too.
saying. Yeah.
I want. You know what? Actually, I really wanted when I watched this movie, not originally, but like back in the day was when Hooper wants to cut open the shark, right, on the deck. And they're saying, no, we can't do that, whatnot. And he finally goes and cuts the shark open. I wanted that kid to just be like, "Bleh," on the fucking ground, like, hey, there's a kid. But it was a different kid. So then, like, there's more than just one shark eating kids. Because the license plate, like, confused me when I watched this as a child. I was like, what, is he eating cars? I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, he at least asks that question in the movie, too. He's like, did he eat an actual car?
Right. But I didn't understand it as a kid either, because I'm like, what, did he? Like,
yeah.
What kind of car? Where was it?
But
it was, yeah, you probably fast forwarded through that too. So the shark that they catch, that they think is the shark, he wanted them to cut open the shark's stomach on the deck.
And they said no.
And they said no. So afterwards, where the shark is, him and Brody go to where they're hanging the shark or whatever in like some fucking warehouse, and they cut it open. And they find a license plate that's from like Florida or something.
That's where they took the shot, right?
Or New
I'm
Orleans
also
or
gonna
whatever.
say that shark's stomach juices looks like a lot of jizz.
Yeah.
I was gonna say milk, but sure, you do you.
I'm just saying that shark was sucking a lot of dick on its way to Cape Cod.
From
apparently
in Louisiana, that's the thing to do, I guess. Because New Orleans. No, what it really reminded me of was from Alien, the first Alien movie, when the robot's on the table with just his head, and he's just like full of their blood, the alien or not alien blood, the robot's blood or whatever it is. It's all white. That's what it just kind of looked like to me.
Okay, yeah, I see that too.
Which in Alien they actually use milk and it spoiled, and he got fucking sick by doing that.
Oh, nasty.
That's disgusting.
According to director Steven Spielberg, the prop arm looked too fake in the scene where Chrissy's remains are discovered. So instead, they buried a female crew member in the sand with only her arm exposed.
Wow.
In the beginning, where there's like just a hand like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Using fake shit and it looks too fake. Put a real one in there. Too bad they didn't do that
Just
to the
don't
kid.
kill her.
No.
Make sure she's alive.
Is she though?
I don't know. Guess we'll never know.
Should have did that with kids. But actually, when composer John Williams originally played the score for director Steven Spielberg, Spielberg laughed and said, "That's funny, John, really, but what do you really have in mind for the theme of Jaws?" Spielberg later stated that without Williams' score, the movie would only have been half as successful, and according to Williams, it jump-started his career.
What an asshole. Just fucking Spielberg.
Randy said he did not like the music in this movie.
Really?
It doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be is it not supposed to be a horror movie? Am I wrong? It's supposed it's just
I mean,
movie,
the
right?
triumphant music is a bit, giddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It was everywhere.
But
That's fine. That's fine. I get that. That's cool. I like it. It adds
He didn't like the
but that's
whatever
shit.
it is,
Yeah, but like why?
I think it's like just him being inquisitive as a shark.
They were
like,
on, but they were
like,
on the boat and they were trying to get him, and it was playing it as like Quint was like going up to the front of the boat, and I felt like I was watching like
Happy Go Lucky something.
Yeah, like National Treasure or fucking.
Do you like some National Treasure?
Yeah, I know you do.
I do.
I know that they used that song that Quint is singing throughout the movie a lot.
Yeah,
I can't really think of what anything else. What is the music in the aside from the iconic song? It felt like really old timey music, like something that you would hear in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's what they're going for as well. Like again, it's an old movie when you think about it, and it's 75, so you're kind of invoking stuff from earlier. And is this movie actually set in 1975? I don't remember there being like a year on a sign. Maybe there was because it's Amity's whatever open season.
Plus, it's a small town. It's probably a little bit behind the times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, always. Everything's behind the times in small towns.
That movie's about to be 50 years old.
Oof.
In a couple years.
That is crazy when you think about it, because the 4K release definitely makes it look better, but it doesn't look as old as it is.
No.
Look what's coming out around this time, like The Godfather or all this other stuff. That looks dated.
Yeah, like the footage, the film quality from that. Yeah.
This
I was thinking
doesn't
the
look
same
that
thing
bad.
about Halloween, because like Halloween came out in '79, like 4 years after this. I'm like, wow, this looks more like a modernish movie than
Right.
that did.
And the acting is a lot better too.
Yeah.
I would definitely, if you were like 89, I'd be like, yeah, I see it. I see it as 89.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, but not
late
75,
80s, but
yeah.
not 75. Yeah, you're right. Over 67 million people in the U.S. went to see this film when it was initially released in 1975, making it the first summer blockbuster.
Dang.
That
how
tracks
they
with
made all
what we
that
talked
money.
about earlier.
Billions
Exactly,
of
yeah.
dollars.
It's
Almost.
fucking crazy when you think about it.
Why be
67 million
billionaires?
people.
Isn't Spielberg a
fucking
billionaire now?
He would have
Probably.
to be. I mean, you
Yeah,
gotta
think
think.
so.
that's 2 movies he's made billions of dollars off of
Right.
Yeah.
alone.
Wait, what's the other one? Jurassic Park.
Yeah. E.T.
E.T.
Another iconic
Right.
score, Jurassic Park.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's John Williams too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. According to the Making of Jaws in 1995 documentary, the shooting star that appears during the night scene where Brody loads his revolver was real and not an optical effect.
That looked like
That-
fucking shit.
But it was real.
That one, okay, there was one that looked real, and I was like, holy shit, what was that? And then they did like another one, and I feel like it had to have been fake, because that one
The
looked
second-
like shit.
So here's the thing:
The second
is
one
that
definitely did.
astrophotography, you have to have very specific type of equipment and setup. So I could believe it looking,
Janky like that?
yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a
Like-
faster shutter speed at that point
right,
to catch
'cause
the
it's
whole
going
thing
by so
smoothly.
fast, right. So maybe the first one they were using a certain type of camera, and then the
I
second
mean,
one they had a
it still
different
looked
camera.
a little funky the first time, but the second time really did look bad. It's like I thought I saw it the first time, and then it came back around the second time. I was like, I fucking did see that shit. I was there too.
Unless they grabbed the first one was the anomaly where they're like, oh shit, we grabbed this. All right, we're gonna take it out of that shot and put it in the
Put it in
background of this
another one,
shot,
yeah.
and then kind of grab it too and do it that way. But it's still cool that it happened
Oh yeah, they definitely did. They caught it at the right time.
Right.
That's for sure.
accidentally.
Yeah.
Roy Schneider stated in an interview that in the scene where Lee Ferraro, Mrs. Kittner, smacks him in the face, she was actually hitting him. Apparently, the actress could not fake a slap, and so the 17 takes were some of the most painful of Roy Schneider's acting career. Also, Lee Ferraro
Couldn't fake it.
stated in several interviews that in one of the takes where she slapped Roy Schneider, his glasses flew off his face.
Damn.
Dang.
She just
Can
didn't
we
like him.
Talk about that scene for a second. Why the fuck is she dressed in all black? Like, did she just come from the
She's
funeral?
mourning.
She's mourning, but like, do you have to dress like that? Like, when you're mourning?
It's the 70s, bro. I mean, apparently that's what people do. No, I thought you're right. She was coming from the
Some
funeral.
religions
but
do
nobody
have
else
that
was.
requirement,
How the-
though.
Somewhat.
Some religions do actually have a mourning period with certain standards of dress
That's-
and activity and
That's
whatnot.
just so much effort for a time where I would be too depressed to change out of any clothes that I have.
Yeah, and how the fuck did the
And
kid
she-
died just the day before? There's no way that they had like a funeral that day.
Open casket.
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on.
Yeah.
They didn't find him. Like,
I mean,
there was
they
the
probably
sign that they were
saved
searching
a
for
buttload
him.
on funeral costs.
Probably, like,
Yeah.
well, you still buy a casket, I guess. Or do you? I don't know.
Yeah.
You
You gotta
There's
bury
nothing in it.
something.
Why?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Just,
That's a thing.
yeah, but
They
just
they
don't
probably
even dig a
buried
hole. Just get
his,
me a fucking headstone if you can't find my body. Just, I don't even need that. Just remember me.
They had his little floaty. Like, they could have buried that, you know, like in the backyard.
It's a
Like,
little
nothing like-
floaty.
just,
Just-
like get a pack of prunes. And
Yeah, just get,
bury
like,
those. Yeah,
two-
he
two
died
s-
pruny.
2 sticks from a tree.
God
just
damn
like
it.
make like a little cross, and then like I don't know. Have like the inflatable sticking out a little bit too, because you know.
Yeah,
It makes it actually a little bit easier to do it too, because you don't have
Right.
to dig 6 feet down.
Exactly.
You
Just,
just got to
like,
dig like
a little bit.
maybe 5 inches.
Right. Maybe hose off the floaty thing because it was covered in blood a
And it
little
was a
bit.
little dirty.
Nah, leave it.
but I mean,
Now
then
keep it. Well, that's the
how
only part
you
of him we have
bury
left is
him.
blood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We have his DNA. We can bury that.
They can
Apparently.
clone him in the future potentially.
Okay. So
Potentially.
let's do a crossover for a second. Say you buried this bloody inflatable raft
Mhm.
in the pet cemetery.
Oh yes.
Does
Does he
Come-
comes
hold on.
back?
does
Does he come back
Alex
as the raft, though?
regenerate, or does
Right.
the raft like
No,
come
okay.
to life with Alex's memories?
Okay, it's
Oh my
the
God.
inflatable. It's the raft, but it takes the form of a boy.
Okay, like
But
Bubble
is
Buddy
it-
and SpongeBob.
So we
Yeah.
got a SpongeBob crazy creature that's like an inflatable, and do you have to blow him up, or is he still tattered.
You probably
and
drown him.
He
he's just, like,
occasionally
fucking
has to
like,
blow himself up. Like, so as he's
Okay.
walking, he gets a little floppy and he like reaches over and he goes,
I like to imagine that it's full of blood.
Ooh.
ooh, so he's like sloshing around.
Yeah, he's like sloshing.
Ew.
He's
That would
not-
actually be really creepy. Like if you're being chased by this thing,
By
but
a
you hear
raft.
like a slosh, slosh, slosh with every step.
slush. Yeah.
Yeah.
But does it have legs, or is it just using the corners of the fucking?
No, he's
Like-
he's fully looking like a boy, but he's just all yellow. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like a
So
Simpsons
he's made
character.
of what's the like material that would be made of? Just like a plastic
Like
Yeah.
a vinyl.
vinyl
Maybe?
something. So he's got vinyl skin,
Yeah,
Ew.
I think
and you
it
can
works.
just pierce him with like a anything.
That right there is Jaws too. Like I mean,
Jaws
right
the
there.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know.
All because there was one tooth stuck in the stuck in
Yeah.
the fucking raft.
Okay, but Alex
Oh,
comes back to life and he's evil now. So then they also find the shark and bury the shark in the pet cemetery,
Oh,
and then it's
dude.
just like flopping along
Oh my
land,
God,
and it's
yes.
Wait, what if
fucking-
he's hold on? What if he's riding on the back of the shark to different locations
Oh,
to where
man.
he's murdering people? So he's going from island to place, and then hopping off, murdering people, getting on the shark, and leaving.
Got to get
Yeah.
that script going right now before somebody
I know.
steals that idea.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
hire us, Hollywood.
We have the best scripts and ideas. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know if that was the best idea, but it was
It's the
definitely a
best.
start.
It's
It was a
great.
good start. Good
Look,
job, yes.
look.
Good start.
They
Like,
don't have.
Honestly, if you said you didn't like it, Randy, I'd take it.
No.
because
You shouldn't take
I
it. Yeah,
guarantee
you shouldn't take it
you
any
wouldn't
certain
fast
way at
forward
all.
through it.
Yeah, I don't think you'd fast forward through a dude that looks like a raft.
No, that reminds
to
me
life.
of rubber.
Oh, okay.
I'd watch
That's
the shit
actually
out of
what
it.
I was picturing in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy, I love rubber, but Jaws, fuck off.
Rubber was a good movie. It was about a killer tire.
Get right. And Jaws is about a killer shark.
Yeah, but okay, that's normal.
That's normal.
A fucking tire killing somebody is not normal.
I've seen some videos.
Yeah, you're right.
They just
Yeah,
have a
right.
mind of their own
Yep.
sometimes. Just
Yo.
whoop, dead. Author Peter Benchley was thrown off the set after objecting to the climax of the movie. He was also fired for weighing the story down with too many subplots involving romance and mafia intrigue.
What?
How the fuck would
Wait,
you put the
I
mafia in
want
this?
this mafia stuff.
How long was
what?
this movie supposed to be? Like 3 fucking
That's what I'm
hours?
saying. Like, he's like, hey, I got this idea, huh? We bring the mafia in, and they're like paying off the mayor to keep the beach open.
I could see that. But no, too much
That
is
was
already
racist.
going on.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Too much.
Is it a mop? It's a mobster shark.
Oh, okay. So there's the Don, right? That's involved with putting out hits on these families.
Lone
And the
shark.
shark is
he
the-
is a lone shark.
Perfect. Look at
Nice.
God
that.
damn it.
And he's going around, and he's got a cool suit that's better than the mayor's suit, and that's why the mayor
It's
needs to have
waterproof.
nice suits. He's got a suit made out of shark.
Yes.
That's where shark skin suit comes from.
Right. Shark skin. Is that shark skin?
Shark?
Yeah,
Shark skin?
it's a thing.
Shark.
Is
shark,
it?
Shark.
Yeah.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, you've never seen shark skin like suits?
No.
No.
I mean, they're for like very famous. They're not famous. People who have lots of money, because
Shark skin suit?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like a suit though. So it's just gonna look gray.
Is it like super like
Shark skin.
silvery or like not silvery, but like
It'd be like a
Glistening?
rough,
Does it
a
glisten?
rough type. I don't know. I'd like
I'm
an
not sure.
ostrich,
I've
ostrich suit.
really
Tommy
only
Hilfiger.
read about
There you
him.
go.
No.
Yeah, Tommy
There you
Hilfiger
go.
has one, I guess.
oh awesome. Well, that's affordable then.
Right, $200. Shark skin.
I'll let you know in a second.
Okay. In addition to the well-known nickname of Bruce, Steven Spielberg also called the shark the Great White Turd when he became quite frustrated with the troublesome animatronic fishes. Fishes? Fishies.
Fishies.
Fish.
Fish heads, fish.
Right. So like I alluded to earlier, there was a lot of problems with the animatronics because they were getting weighed down with water and not working the way they wanted. So this changed the way that the movie had to be shot, and I feel like made the movie iconic. If he wanted to
Yep.
do what he wanted to do, which was have the shark all over this movie, I don't think the movie stands the test of time. I don't think it stays as relevant or as how would I say, talked about as highly.
Yeah, I mean, less is more. with that type of stuff.
Right.
I like seeing movies though that like they have those issues and then they adapt to it and then it ends up working in its benefit. I feel like that happens a lot, like whenever you overcome those difficulties.
Yeah, like the first Alien movie works because you don't see the alien until the end of the movie, right? So your whole brain is coming up with what the fuck is this or what is that? So you're your biggest scary movie. Ooh, look at that. Where you're making it up as you're watching it and you're scaring yourself, right? So this movie sort of does that until the end. Obviously, you know it's a shark and you see it, but you're still alluding to, well, what does the shark look like, or you know, how big is it, or all this stuff. And then finally when you see it, you're like, well, fuck, that's a big ass shark.
There were a lot of scenes where it didn't look that big, but then some scenes it looked fucking huge.
Well, I think again they're using real footage for some stuff and then not real footage, so it's like a mixture of, oh, that doesn't look as big as it actually is because it's not. It's a real shark, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and you said shark skin suit. Shark skin suit.
It's hard to say.
I really thought you meant a suit made out of shark skin.
Oh, that's what I thought too. Is that not what it is?
No, it's just the color of fucking shark skin, dude.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I felt
seriously.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude.
I felt cheated.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
so
why I
what
was
do we
asking
think-
if it glistened. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good. So the last question I have before we get to our final decisions on Jaws is, what do we think the body count in this movie is?
Oh God.
How many people died or got eaten or fell into a mouth of a shark? Well, it went.
Did everybody come back from the hunt?
I think 4
like
people.
Yeah, 4 people and a dog.
Came back?
No, died.
No, died.
The only people on the boat were.
Wait, and then there was the one guy in the boat that, like, the head in the boat.
jumped off.
Yeah, but wasn't there?
That scared Hooper?
Oh yeah.
There was
Okay.
multiple
5.
people on that boat, though, wasn't there? Or was it just one?
Which boat?
The
That
boat
was-
with the head.
Oh, I think.
We never really see him go out there. We just see his boat get discovered, so we don't know if anybody else is on the boat with him.
Yeah. Because
So at least 8 people.
if there were multiple people in there, then yeah, 8. But I think 5 and 6 with the dog. Yeah.
That died by the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Dogs
so.
being eaten. The actual body count is 8, including
Fuck
Bruce.
yeah.
Including Bruce the
Fuck,
shark.
dude.
Oh,
William
well.
Bruce the shark.
I didn't know we were
'Cause he
counting the
blows up
shark.
at the end.
I
Well, so
didn't
7.
either.
7.
Fuck, that's close.
Well, oh no, 8, because it's a body and it's being counted.
Yeah, because you just said you had the 4 people on the boat. That's 4. You got the 1 extra. You got the kid,
The kid,
the first girl. That's 7 right there. And then you got
Right.
the shark.
and then you get the shark, who gets
Huh?
blown sky high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
R.I.P.
Final decisions. What would we give Jaws out of 10?
5.
That was quick.
Solid 5.
Solid
Damn.
5.
Yeah. It wasn't a terrible movie, but it also wasn't good to me. I could see why a lot of people would enjoy the movie. It just wasn't for me, so I'm giving it a solid 5. No more, no less.
All right,
Fair enough.
Let's go to Trav and Jess. Where you at?
I mean, I 100% understand why this is a classic. I don't want to be like super reactionary. I don't want to give it a 10 just because, but like it's pretty fucking good. I can't really think of anything bad about this. I'm gonna go like 9.5.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, pretty high up there.
9.5.
Man. This is a really good movie.
It's definitely, and it sets the standard, I think, for movies that come after this. Like, Randy, you have a hard time looking at a movie that came out before movies that you've seen do this already, right? And I get it. I really get it because, like, well, in your brain, this movie's already done it, so now I'm watching Jaws going, well, I've seen this 1,000 times. But this is the movie that did all this. Just like we talked about with our Star Wars review where, yeah, you've seen this story or you've seen these effects or these sort of things done, but this is the first movie doing all this.
Yeah.
So it's setting the precedent. It's making it okay for Hollywood to do certain stuff. And I think Jaws does the same thing. And I'm not trying to take your turn there, Jess, but I feel like without this movie, you don't get movies after it that are kind of like
Yeah.
this. Or the summer blockbuster isn't a thing. So this movie, you kind of have to add that extra point in for changing the way Hollywood sees movies or what business can be done because of this. You know what I mean?
Okay, so give it a 6.
Fuck you. All right, Jess. Jess, what do you got?
I think I'd give it a 9. I think it's really solidly done. I think the story is told really well. There are a couple of parts where you could tighten it up, but knowing that it was already being tightened up, I guess, kind of sheds some
We need the
light
mafia
on
in it,
that.
guys. The mafia needs to be in it. 30 more minutes.
That could have made it to potentially.
So I think it's a really effective movie. It's not, and I know it's got a long runtime, but it really doesn't feel the 2 hours.
No.
Yeah, like a lot of stuff definitely happens in the movie, but nothing like you said, makes it feel long or takes you out of the movie. There's nothing that's like dragging, to me at least. Like everything that's happening is happening for a reason. It's telling an overall story. Yeah, the shit with his kids, cool, but it's still adding to the story. The dog obviously dying, even though we don't see it, takes a point away from me. Any movie that an animal
Good point.
gets murdered in, I automatically take a point away.
That's why my
So-
0.5 is there then.
There
My
you go,
0.5
perfect.
deduction. Thank you for giving me that.
0.5 deduction. I can't see it, but kids add a point back for me.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, we're right back there. So I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I think Jaws is a great overall movie. It, like I said, set the precedent for movies that came after this. It changed Hollywood to me. And if you've ever been to Universal Studios Florida or California, back before they took the Jaws ride out, that movie ride is amazing. It's not there anymore, so for people who, like Harry Potter, they're happy that it's not there because that's what took over where it was. But that ride, cemented this movie for me. So when I was a kid, I went in 1997, when you were, 2 years old? I went to Universal Studios Florida. I was on that ride, and it was, so scarily good that, I had to watch the movie again once I got back home, and I did, and it made the movie even better for me. So 8 doesn't sound high, like you guys, you're a 9.5, but 8 is high for me.
It's good.
This movie is an iconic movie. I mean, everybody still talks about it, and you can see with the care done to the restoration, with it being back in theaters for the Labor Day weekend and all this stuff in IMAX for the first time. This movie holds up today. It's a great movie, and I'm sad that you don't like it, Randy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of movies I don't like. Especially the older ones. I don't know why.
Oh, no, I get it. You're seeing them in a different light, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way with if there's a movie that is older, I kind of don't want to watch it because I know I'm going to look at it the same way. Like, if I watch Jaws today, I'd probably be like, all right, let's get to the fucking story already. Where's the shark at? Fuck, what time is it? I get it, but knowing the movie and knowing what's going to happen, I'm in it and I enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I could see it, but it's not for me, dog.
not for me.
Not for me.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it for us today on this episode. I do want to thank you guys for coming out on the Decision Reel, where we do the How Have You Not Seen This series now. This is our second episode of that. We're looking forward to do a couple more episodes. But again, if you guys can plug your podcast for us.
Thanks, Ken, for having us
Thank
here.
you. Yeah.
We're What's Your Least Favorite Scary Movie. You can find us wherever there's you listen to your podcast. We've got a website also, what's your least favorite scary movie.com, and we're on all the socials, but because we chose a long ass podcast name, it's varying character limits. On Instagram, I think we're Least Favorite Scary Movie Podcast, and then Twitter is Least Fave Pod. And then we have a TikTok, but canonically, we do not tell anybody our TikTok handle. You have to find it yourself. You have to earn that shit.
Yeah.
You got to earn it. I like it.
And-
You got all those different podcasts that have the site that you go to that has all their links to it. I it's cheating to me. Make a website and you can go there, or find you on all whatever you got.
Yeah. Well, and our website has our episodes too, and a decent portion of our audience actually listens through the website, which is pretty cool
nice.
for our friend that designed the website for us. So
Hell yeah. I like that. Cool. Well, again, thanks for being on. We look forward to you guys coming back on for any other episode. We could do a main episode or something like that with the Decision Reel and everybody on the couches here, or maybe we might be in a room with our new podcast studio. We don't know, coming up here soon. But you can find us, The Decision Reel, at The Decision Reel on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, our website at www.thedecisionreel.com. You can also find or watch us on YouTube at The Decision Reel. If you go to our website, you will find what, Randy?
T-shirts.
Look at that. We have T-shirts that you can buy and support us that way. I really like to embrace the cheese because most of the movies we cover, you need to embrace the cheese.
You know, I'm going to buy a shirt.
You're going to buy a shirt?
I'm going to buy a shirt.
Look at this guy supporting himself. Good for you. Good for you. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thank you, Trav and Jess, again for being on with us, and we look forward to the next episode. See ya.
Bye.